I guess this is session 6 for Majak Mechanical. The party has their uh, extra strength healing potion that everyone is fighting over. They have managed to end up with their semi headquarters burning to the ground behind them, and the streets are littered with corpses and nearly one of their own. We pick up with the party having rescued the 2 members that were left in the burning warehouse, which would be Layla and Adam, which is Sesse's squire and younger cousin. And that is where we're going to pick up. The party has been run pretty ragged. They've been on the go pretty much nonstop, with the cult of Set hounding their every step. So we're going to start off. I've already applied it. Everybody gets 1 level of exhaustion. So now whenever you do a stat check, you are at disadvantage.
Can we say TPK now?
But I'm gonna
TPK?
TPK.
Aaron's thinking total party wipe.
Oh.
Total party kill. That's TPK.
Hey, don't, I mean, we don't need to start on that note, okay? You'll be getting all negative on me.
Soon is ready to throw in the towel.
She's like, start on the note.
She's like,
we ended on the note last time, and we're just following through.
Right.
We're just following through.
She's like, I'm gonna take a long rest right here in the street.
Right here in the street. So the warehouse is burning, but thankfully the weather, which had been raining, is helping to keep the fire under control, despite what the special effects show.
Right.
Yeah, the special effects are a little exaggerated. The fire isn't that bad, but it's pretty bad. Adam, unfortunately, is pretty badly burned, and it will need pretty urgent medical care, at the risk of having like the flesh fused together and being permanently crippled.
Okay, so
you have already frisked the corpses.
Okay.
So that was done last week.
All right.
So
I say to Layla and Sesse, to Layla, Sesse, and his younger cousin. And do we hear another question? Do we hear clanging of bells or
Yeah.
alarms? Okay.
You're starting to hear the shouts of the.
All right.
The neighborhood.
The neighborhood watch. Yeah.
Such as it were.
I think we need to get off the streets, and we need to get your cousin some medical attention, and Layla some medical attention, and everybody else. Well, really, we just need to get off the streets and get somewhere quiet, and I know where we can go. So, I will kind of give them a little bit of direction as far as where we're headed, in case somebody gets lost, and tell them where to meet.
Okay, so Bree is going to come up. He's still kind of holding in. The skin's a little thin on his abdomen where he was gutted like a fish.
Right.
He's kind of holding it in. And he goes, so where should we meet? You wanted me to get my knight commander and discuss terms. I didn't quite expect it to turn out like this.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more like, instead of discussing terms, it's going to be another showdown with the cult of Set. I didn't anticipate this either.
I'm sure that they haven't given up yet.
So maybe less of discussing terms, so to speak, but more to the point of, I think we're going to have an all-out street brawl with these people before the night's over. So I don't know. Is the place that we're talking about heading, was it down in the dock ward?
Yeah, you guys are in the dock ward.
Okay, I mean, but it's down here in the dock ward, like not too far away, right?
Your clinic?
Yeah, the clinic.
Yes, it is in the dock ward.
All right. Is there a place nearby? I'm assuming that we can kind of lay low.
Yeah, it's not like nearby because you don't want to have to worry about it burning down. But yes, it is close enough that
Yeah.
you can get to it reasonably quickly at this time of night.
All right. Well, that's where we're gonna head, and I'm gonna tell
All right.
him that. I mean, I'm assuming is there a bar nearby there or something or an inn?
There are several bars of large and small.
Okay.
Do we just want to go?
Bree suggests that it's going to take some time to get his knight commander. So he's like, "Why don't you guys get your wounds taken care of and get some rest? I'm going to do the same. How about we meet tomorrow night, which would be roughly a full day?
Right.
We'll meet at Dock 32, down where the fishing ships dock."
Okay.
That should be quiet. The fishermen are pretty well done by then.
Mm-hmm.
We should be, it should be nice and open. No innocent bystanders. Will that do?
I think that will have to do. Yeah. And hopefully.
So
it's
this clinic that we're getting steered to.
I'm
is-
using a clinic as a very loose term.
Yeah,
But yes.
yeah. It's
Well-
it's some friends of mine who could help us to heal your cousin, and that would not say anything to anyone. Letting them know that we're there.
Well, the thing is, I was thinking we might want to go to that temple with Bree and those guys.
Church of Ilmater?
Yeah.
I really don't want to go walking into the maws of we don't know who is responsible for what, and
Well, pretty obviously, these guys, they've helped us out. So they're not straight up enemies, right? And
well, let's find out what they have to say, because he also had doubts about what's going on, and he expressed that to us last time. So I think we should hedge our bets. And
what doubts? What are you talking about?
About who is responsible for what. We know that there's somebody within the Church of Ilmater that is responsible for part of this, and we know that he wasn't given
Responsible
clear
how?
for all this mess. This what's going on here. Don't you remember?
I don't recall that.
You don't recall that down in the alchemist lab that there were.
Oh, that was what we thought, right?
Yeah, it was.
They didn't mention
no,
that.
it was. That's what I'm saying is he wasn't aware of this.
Well,
and
here's the thing. Here's the thing I'm worried about, right? Is we're on the end of our tether here, and we need to go someplace where we can get a long rest in.
that's where I'm taking us.
Well, there's not armed guards at this clinic, right?
Yeah, but there's
You know
also
what I'm
not
saying?
there's also not a flashing neon sign that says Church of Ilmater. There's nothing there. It's going to be.
I will throw out, Brad, that the Church of Ilmater, the temple, is on the other side of town.
Yes, and we're going.
So
nearby.
you would be
We're
taking
going blocks away.
you would be taking a well crisped child across town.
And we need to get him help
Okay.
now, and it's blocks away instead of miles away, and
I don't know. I don't think we have any reason to specifically distrust these guys. They obviously
well, I
were
do.
willing to help us out by fighting these followers of Set. So,
Well, let's get your cousin taken care of, and then we'll move, and Layla taken care of, and then we'll in other words, let's circle the wagons, get him taken care of, and then we'll move on from there.
So,
All right.
Sese, I agree that I don't necessarily doubt the motives of the Church of Ilmater. By the same token, if we go there and take them as protector and host, our bargaining position and our leverage will go down dramatically.
Right, but I mean, we're better. I get that, but if we're dead, it doesn't do us any. Our bargaining position is that much worse, and where better to go. My thinking was where better to go to get healed than there. You know what I mean? They've got, and we might even be able to take out some of the price of if we sell them the potion, some of the price in trade for putting us back together. But that's fine. That's fine.
Emika, what do you
I'll
think?
do.
Well, my only concern is how long it's going to take us to get to the church. That
Yeah.
by that time, your cousin might be dead.
Yeah, I got other cousins, but
Damn.
the true question would be
is living up to his paladin creed.
we might be dead too. I get it. That's a long distance to go, so I get that. We might be dead before we get there because it's
Yeah.
such a long way. But the other part of it is they've got to be out of street
Hold on a
thugs
second. Hold on a
temporarily.
second. I gotta pause here. Hold on.
Yep.
Okay, honey.
I'm sorry, you were saying?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So it was I just we could try it. It just I would have felt better holding up someplace where we had some allies guarding us while we slept. But
I
that's
get
fine.
that too. I get
That,
that
that,
too.
that
But
that's
Well,
fine. We could try the clinic. That's fine.
All right. We don't have to stay there, but
All right.
Of course, they probably know about the clinic too. So then, where's the first place they're going to look for a bunch of dudes beat up from a fight?
Well,
But
it's not that kind of clinic, is it? I thought this
No.
is.
It's like is it like a venereal disease clinic then, or
like a den of thieves.
It's not
I
a
think he's
medical facility at
disparaging
all.
Hugo's. I think Hugo just got called out.
well, I didn't say he was a regular patient there. I'm just saying kind of
Well,
clinic.
I mean, Hugo's suggesting it, and you're like, "Oh, is it for venereal disease?"
It's not for industrial disease, I'm sure. But
So,
all right, let's. I guess we could try it.
Considering that twice now we've made a turn and been confronted by Set worshippers and they burned down our headquarters, obviously we don't have any place to go, and they're doing that to keep us on the run. So let's get off the
Well,
street.
I would guess that they're just trying to get the potions from us. They just keep failing, and
Right.
so they keep coming. But that's fine. No, I'm good. Let's go.
All right.
So say you all.
So say we all.
All right, and the docks. The meeting at the docks the next night.
Yeah,
That's fine.
unless something changes our mind.
All right. That way, the NPCs can go. All right. So Bree and his group head off into the night,
I give him a salute and tell him to be careful who he trusts.
Right. He's kind of looking at you guys, going, "Absolutely."
I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
You're not saying, but you're saying. Yeah. So you guys gather up your what's left of your kit. Layla's kind of looking at the burning building, going, "Oh my God, they're gonna kill me."
Is there anything in there worth saving, or do we just cut our losses?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Not anymore. All right, and then Hugo takes you guys through the streets of Waterdeep,
Yep.
back alleys, trying to avoid main roads. And it takes like 15 minutes or so, but it's a very convoluted route.
Yep.
And
Stopping
you
several
guys,
times and looking out into the street to make sure that we're
to make sure that you're, and you guys arrive at a basement, what was obviously at one time a basement apartment turned into a basement bar, which is now turned into a basement clinic. All the windows to the street, all the windows to the street are all boarded up. You have to come in through a heavily barred and thick wooded door to get down here. And you place Adam on a table
give my
and
hand
flag
signals
over.
in.
Yeah, right. I have money. So I'm using this little storyboard for the role playing stuff instead of maps. So that's why you're all so big. And you've got your doctor. He's colloquially known as Dr. Fingers in the
Yes,
sure.
in the
Dr.
underworld.
Fingers.
You have no idea what his actual name is, but you have used him once or twice.
Roger that. He is terrible at cards, however, and has lost several times to me. So
Well, that's why he's working in a basement clinic.
I'm very sorry.
He
But I'm
has
not.
he has his downsides, shall we say? Perhaps a little low-grade alcoholism or other addiction. A predilection for gambling on occasion, but he does know how to patch people up, and he's willing to do it for a very reasonable rate considering his current financial situation. So Fingers tosses his tie back over his shoulder and is looking at the lot of you, and he's like, okay, so kid first or somebody else? All right.
No, the kid first.
So he's taking a look, and he's like, what did you do to this kid?
It's not what we
he's
did.
kinda-
It was what the other guys did.
Right. It's one of those you should see the other guy stories, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he's
should.
like snipping off.
I don't
He's
think you want to see
snipping
them.
Right. Want to or need to? I mean, at a certain point, medicine can only do so much.
Yeah, you can't bring them back unless you're wanting to
Right.
resurrect them.
He is not a cleric.
What are you gonna do?
So he-
Bleed on me?
Yeah. So he's begins treating him. Obviously Adam is in a considerable amount of pain. So he gives him something to drink and a few injections of something. As he's putting salve and wrapping his body up in bandages, very much like a mummy, Sese. Sese, do you want to give me a D100?
Okay.
Anything
like-
over 80 is bad.
Maybe your mummy, not my mummy.
That's what your mummy said.
I do that every time.
Yes, you do.
I'm not sure what he had to say there, but
He's-
oh,
All right.
How many cousins you got?
So he tells you that the right hand, the fingers have fused together when the flesh melted,
oh, nice.
and it fused together, and he's basically got club hand. He thinks he'll live. Oh, Brad's walked away.
It's
No, almost done. I'm just turning off the
like-
light.
He's like, oh, for
But
Ra's
frick this.
sake.
Well, can't we just cut his fingers apart?
You can, but very painful, very difficult.
Is he gonna need some lay on hands, maybe?
Well,
That
I
might
mean,
help.
does anyone have any of those left?
I don't know if anybody has any. Do you
Any
have
of what
any?
left?
Lay on
Healing
hands.
magic, lay on hands.
Not right now. I don't.
I think
Pretty sure
I think
everybody's.
I think Anna used all of hers on you.
I think she did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're at the
Turn
end
sides.
of our logistical rope.
So
Anybody got
he
any
can
healing
cut
potions?
he can cut the
Don't
fingers.
we have doesn't he have some opium? Some milk
That's
of
not
the
going to do
poppy?
a whole lot to help heal fingers, but yes, he
I
does
know.
actually.
Well, we'll give the kid the milk of the poppy, and then we'll cut those fingers apart.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Fingers is explaining that he's already given him some. That was one
Okay.
of the injections.
Oh well, then
The problem
what's he
is
waiting
that
on?
the flesh is melted. It's not like you can cut a block of plastic that's melted together into 5 pieces and have it work right.
Oh, all of his
Sure, like if
fingers
you
melted
had
together.
He's
yeah,
got
if you had
club
five
hand now. He's got a
sticks of
permanent mitten.
cheese,
Oh, great.
you had 5 sticks of cheese, and they melted together. You could still cut in between the sticks of cheese.
If that's what you want.
I'm glad
He
your cousin
will.
is very drugged up right now. He's
Well, that's what I'm saying.
He's like, oh.
Well, the doctor said it would be painful to do that. Well, yeah, okay, it's painful. You dope him up. That's what you got the dope for.
I'm gonna
All
go
right.
grab my coffee.
Figures is a little bit taken aback by the blasé, but he's like, I can do that, but I can't guarantee that his fingers will work correctly.
Well, I can see now him having trouble with his fingers working correctly because the skin, is burnt and
Right, you're talking like nerve damage and blood vessel
yeah, well,
damage and
the skin, the consistency of the skin not being
right,
able to bend,
and
but
his
at least,
fingers like cooked hot dogs.
well, at least it'll give him a shot. At some point, he might be able to, use his
Sure.
hands normally.
All right. So he has you hold him down, and then he proceeds to play 5-finger fillet, intending to lose, and proceeds to slice the fingers apart.
Yuck.
Even heavily drugged Adam is moaning and crying out in pain, even in his sleep.
No, she's right below it.
He does fairly well on his his medicine though. So he does get it sliced apart.
Come lay on bed there, Lala.
But his whole hand is just a raw, actively bleeding mess of melted flesh. It's a horror show. And he proceeds to begin to bandage it up.
Here you go, Lala. Lala.
Eh?
Talking to the dog.
Huh?
Oh.
Come here. Right there.
It takes him a couple hours to get everything cleaned and bandaged and whatnot. The kid has burns over about 40% of his body. We're talking like 3rd degree. It is going to permanently scar him unless he gets some pretty decent magical healing reasonably soon. But he's got a few days before it's permanent.
Fingers, I thought you had someone at your disposal for that.
Well, we haven't even discussed price.
Well,
He's kind of looking at you like,
Sure.
We've done this
sure.
dance before.
I'm sure for Sese money's no object.
Yeah, I mean within reason. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have
Money isn't
hundreds.
much of an object.
I don't have hundreds of gold pieces falling out of my pocket, but I think I've got plenty of money to cover healing.
not too loud around fingers, please.
Don't let him know. Don't let him know.
I'll tell you what. I'll see if I can find somebody and send out for some liquor and some food, and maybe that'll help grease things along.
Sure.
So, do I know what his favorite is?
You don't actually. You don't really socialize with fingers all that much.
Okay.
You've come for the occasional treatment, the hangover remedy, the itch cream.
The itch cream. No, I have not come for itch cream.
Is shot of mercury.
Little laudium.
Little laudium. Yeah.
Little shot of mercury for that drippage.
Some leeches.
A bleeding or two.
Yep. Now, he's gonna say. So Fingers is like, well, for the kid, for the treatment, we're talking 15 gold. I'll patch up everybody else for another 20.
Can we? I mean,
for the lot of you.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We got that.
I
got that.
You got that. So you just go ahead and deduct that from your money, or the party funds, however you want to do it. Oh, I just realized we need a new icon for Dewin without the bird.
For long.
Just
give me a couple hours. I'll take care of that.
He's like, add insult to injury. Thanks.
All right. So he bandages everybody up that is wounded or burned or banged up. He has salve for bruises and sore muscles.
But no healing. You have no healing potions for the kid.
He is not a magical healer. He is literally like a street level clinic in the basement of a converted bar.
But didn't you have a buddy that was a healer? I mean, I'm not saying you're not a healer. I'm saying, did you have a cleric working with you? I thought.
You want the potions? Is that what it is?
I mean, did things go south with you and your buddy? What's going on? I mean,
fine. If you've got the coin to cover it. He pulls out a shelf and reaches inside and flicks a switch, and a panel behind the bar, one of the barrels opens up. It's a false barrel, and inside is a set of healing potions.
All right, that will take care of the kid, won't it?
That would take care of the kid. It would take for the kid to completely heal him. It would take 2 healing potions.
Brad.
Fingers quickly imposes himself. Those are 50 each.
Yeah, see, I don't have that kind of gold. If I pay for the 35, I've only got 30 left.
What if I come down and join you next week in the in your card game and help you out?
I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Well, I know you enjoy. I know you enjoy your
is...
card games, and I know, that was a pretty hefty pot last time. I could, help you out with that.
How much? So it's.
I'll give you 3 for 50. On your word.
On my word, yes.
He's putting it.
Well, I've got 30. If somebody else wants to chip in 20, somebody will have an extra healing potion.
Let me check and see how much I have.
I didn't bring them.
I apparently only have 10.
I could give like 10, I guess. Let me see here.
I would be broke at that point.
Yeah, well, I'll be broke if I give up the 30. So why don't I do this?
He'll be broke if he brings back his cousin and his sister finds out what he did to her kid. Being a paladin with iron abs won't save you then.
This is medieval times, you know.
You have more
She's a
kids, right?
traditional woman. Rule of thumb applies, I think. Um, well, I mean, there's 31 gold in the kitty.
Okay.
I think Matt said he could pony up the rest.
No, I could pony up 10.
10. Well, yeah, that's the
Well,
rest.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you guys don't mind, it's it's up to the party, but I can put my 30 in and then take 20 out of the kitty,
Okay.
and
That'll work.
that would cover it
Okay.
All right.
if everybody's good with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
To save the boy, yeah. I mean,
So he
Well, to save the
proceeds
boy,
to inject the kid directly with the healing potions into his hand,
and
and
then we'll
you
have
can
an extra one left over
you'll have the extra one left over.
Yep.
So
for
decide
anybody who needs.
who's going to be carrying that, and if you need help adding it to your character sheet, let me know.
I think the tank ought to probably keep it, or to win. I don't know.
That's up to the party.
Let's why don't one of the support? Yeah, DeWin makes sense.
Because you two have
Because-
healing. If we get a long rest, then we ought to be decent.
Yeah, and then that way, because he's normally in like a supporting role, so if somebody needs it,
Yeah.
he can give it to him.
Actually, that's one of the things the bird can do.
Okay.
You're going to
have
give him the
aerial-
bird.
Give him the bird.
I need to get the bird back first.
You do.
So wait, I need my 10 gold pieces. You can't have it because I'm going to spend 10 gold pieces to summon my bird.
Dang.
Well, yeah, and so we didn't use it, so you'll have it.
Until I summon the bird. But yeah, the bird can actually do things like that. The bird can deliver potions and.
Okay, well that makes
We
sense.
really
then.
haven't had any split of the money prior to this. We really haven't had a chance to, have we? Pretty much everything's in
We
the
really
kitty.
haven't had money that I know of.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
No, you guys have been getting money and goods of value. You definitely have been getting treasure.
Hmm.
Well,
I'm not that
those
cheap.
two very expensive potions.
Yeah, that we can't seem to get
Yeah.
the money for.
Well, that's always a problem, isn't it, with the expensive ones?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
All
let's talk about. So this is a secure location, right?
Yes.
Reasonably.
So let's hunker down
Mm-hmm.
and
Is there some place for us to rest in here while we convalesce from our wounds?
He kind of gestures to the tables.
Yeah.
Take your pick. There, you see one Dwayne toward the back that's less blood-stained than the others. It's up to you whether you take it yourself or offer it to Emiko.
Well, I know how much she loves the bloody benches.
Yeah.
So you're taking the clean one.
No, I'll let her have that.
All right.
Thank you.
He gets you guys settled in and then kind of sets up a line and pulls a curtain across.
Okay.
He's like, in case I have other customers tonight, I don't want them scared off by you.
I think I see now why Soon has you involved in this endeavor, because there needs to be some beauty injected into all of this.
Right. This has been a very stressful. I would imagine that this has been a very stressful day for everybody.
Yeah.
I'll see
All right,
if I
so-
can go rustle up some food.
All right.
While all the shenanigans are going on with the healing and so forth, I'm just going to start my
Start your ritual.
summoning.
It's a good thing that's a ritual because I think you're out of spell slots, aren't you?
I haven't done my my whatchamacallit, arcane recovery. And I'm not exactly sure how that works. But I do have one first level spell left.
Right on.
So, how does arcane recovery work? Because when you read it, it says +2, and I'm not.
Let me pull it up.
You can look at my character sheet.
Once per day, when you finish a short rest, you can expend spell slots to recover. Oh, choose expended spell slots to recover up to a combined level of 2.
Well, mine says +2.
2 plus 2. Yeah, what is that +2 of? Maybe it's probably level +2. Let me pull up Beyond. I think something got lost in translation.
Yeah. Originally written in Portuguese.
Spells. Wizard. No, it's not a spell. It's a feature. One moment. Okay, yeah, so it is different. So in D&D Beyond, it says, once per day when you finish a short rest, you can choose expended spell slots to recover. The spell slots can have a combined level that is equal to or less than 1/2 your wizard level rounded up. And none of the slots can be 6th level or higher. Therefore, a 4th level wizard can restore up to 2 levels worth of spell slots, either 1 second level spell or 2 first level spells.
Got it. So I can recover 1.
You could recover 1 because it's half rounded up. So I would say 2 because it's rounded up.
Okay.
But that's at the end of a short rest.
But we're going to get a long rest, right?
You're going to get a long rest, yes.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Are you guys setting any a watch, or do you have an alarm spell left? Is that what you're going for, Howard?
I have alarm spells. It's a 10-minute ritual per casting.
There you go.
Can I see if I could get some local
Cuisine.
And see if I can find maybe some street urchins or something to
Sure. Yeah,
check
that's
some
easy
information.
enough for you.
Okay.
They're familiar with you. It's we'll call it 5 silver.
Okay.
And that'll get you some, a small thing, a couple flagons of ale, some meat skewers, some bread,
Okay.
and a roasted bird of some sort.
Or I can get a roasted bird.
Well, at least it looks like a roasted bird. You're not really sure.
I think
Best not to question things too closely.
Right.
Junktown jerky trader.
Mm-hmm. As long as it's not mystery meat.
There you go. So yeah, it only takes them like 10 minutes or so to bring back some beer, some meat.
Okay. And see if he can find out if he's seen anybody asking around, maybe some cultist set people. Have you seen anybody like
Cultist type people. I'm not sure that he would know what cultist type people look like. So when he comes back, he's like, "Yeah, it's going crazy out there. There's fire and people dead in the street. The watch is out everywhere. I have never seen it like this. It's cool."
Did they say anything else? Did the no?
You mean the guards? They're looking to see who started the fire, but I don't know anything about that. So when they asked me, I told them I don't know.
Well, if they do ask you again, tell them it was the cult of Set.
What's the cult of Set?
Just remember, it's the cult of Set. You heard it was the worshippers of Set, the cult of Set, were the ones who set the fire. Because that's who it was.
He's kind of like you could see the gears kind of turning.
I say, hold on a second. Let me get out of. I get out of my pack and get into the book and show him like the cult of Set and draw it out and do all that. And
well, he can't read, so you're gonna have to
well,
spend some time drawing.
I'm drawing a picture of like the cult of the holy symbol of Set.
What? So you're drawing the holy symbol of Set?
Yeah, and it's like there's two snakes coming together.
Wait, wasn't that Conan?
Yes. Two snakes coming together.
Over a moon.
Over a moon. Yeah.
All right. So you draw him some pictures, and he's like, "Oh, well, I mean, I guess I could try, yeah."
Okay,
I mean, it's hard to remember.
Oh, I got it. Give him an extra silver piece.
I think I'll remember now.
Oh yeah, it's been a long night for me too.
And the kid takes off if you've got nothing else for him.
Yep. Have a good night.
He takes off, and you see him pulling some meat out of his pocket.
Yep. A little for the road.
All right. So, anything else before the party rests?
No, not really. Unless I.
So you eat your mystery meat.
Unless I know of anybody in this area that can help us out to alarm us if anybody's.
To do watch for you, that would assume that they are someone that you trust quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I don't know that you don't know anybody that would fall under that category that would do it as a friend.
Okay.
There are plenty of people in the Docks District that would do it for cash.
I got you.
But
on that too.
Yeah, you would have to negotiate a price, and you would be worried that anyone that works for cash might work for someone else for more cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hard to get good help these days.
All right, I think it's time to bed down.
Well, I will.
You're gonna run your ritual.
Down, I'm gonna do some alarm rituals.
Okay.
I'll exempt the butcher. Doc, what's his name?
Fingers.
The
butcher.
party.
That's his day job.
Yeah. Clothes are always bloody. Already bloodied.
Right.
No one questions him.
Well, he's got to get replacement parts from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Those blood transfusions just don't come out of the thin air.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then, so do I get my familiar back?
Yeah, it's just a ritual casting. So,
yeah, but it costs money.
Well, you're gonna have to pay your money, but yes.
I'm updating my.
It is a celestial vending machine. Put in 10 gold, and out pops a familiar.
Probably pissed off familiar.
It's a little traumatized, not gonna lie. It comes back out, and it's just like nonstop because it's telepathy. It's just not. Oh my god! Did you see that? I was just flying around the corner, and then boom, and then it was dark, and then I didn't see anything anymore, and I was gone, and I had to wait for you to come. It's just very excited.
What'd you say, babe?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I anticipated.
Yeah.
I would give him snacks or food, but he doesn't really eat.
He does not really eat, no. But it was definitely a traumatic experience.
I
It
apologize
takes
for
you a
that.
good half hour to calm him down. He's just like,
I
I was
did-
doing what you said. I flew right up, and I was high, and it always was fine before, and then bang! I just saw something shiny come out of the dirt, and it was really fast, and it got me.
I tell him, you did a good job. I would promise that it'll never happen again, but
Let's be honest, it probably will.
comes with the job, unfortunately.
All right.
It's like Groundhog Day. Every
Right.
now and then.
Every now and then he gets to reboot. My familiar is locked up. Did you try rebooting it?
Yeah, exactly.
Turn it off and on again.
And then I'll have him keep watch
Okay.
so that I can get a good night's sleep.
Good night's sleep. All right. So
'Cause
he does not.
doesn't have to sleep.
Correct.
And he is
So
hard to surprise.
he is hard to surprise for anything that he can see. So he'll keep
alarm
watching
spells
the
than
sun,
him.
and then
I feel pretty good that at least we won't get snuck up on.
Yeah, it's pretty unlikely. I mean, they would have to set fire to the building while you guys are in it.
I'm sure Fingers would not appreciate that.
He would not. No. But I don't think they would ask him either. All right. So Howard has been spending like an hour or so drawing on all the open surfaces with some chalk and sprinkling powder and doing a little dance, sometimes in clockwise, sometimes counterclockwise. It's all very amusing for anyone that doesn't have to cast spells, but it takes like an hour and a half or something like that to get all the spells out.
It's a lot of work.
Chants and intonation. Yeah. DeWinn's putting in the effort.
Okay.
He's putting in the effort. And then he does a magic trick that astounds especially Hugo. He makes 10 gold pieces disappear. What did you do?
And the bird comes back.
And then the bird comes back. Yes, the bird, like literally like an egg, comes out. He's got this like, it's about 5-foot diameter sigil that he's been meticulously drawing. Yeah, in a very rigid. He's like, no, you gotta stay away. You gotta stay. No, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Order is important. Don't touch it. And he's like drawing out all these formulas and arcana formulas, and yeah, it's just this whole production. And then when he throws the money in, it sinks in through the floor, and an egg comes up through the floor. Only it's like football sized.
Oh my!
And then you hear kind of a strangled, startled cry, as if something just died. And then silence, and the egg kind of rocks back and forth a little bit, and then you hear some pecking at it, and then finally the egg breaks open, and the bird comes out. Yes. Thank you.
And for my next trick.
And Liggett comes out, and DeWin, it's up to him whether he goes, ta-da!
No, he's way too subdued to do anything like that.
Okay, yeah, got it. No ostentatious shows.
Okay.
No, he's not a showman.
I got you.
Got it.
No feathered boas and
No lovely assistants for sure.
right.
Or maybe that's the role that Hugo plays.
Right. Ta-da!
For his next trick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, is anybody else doing anything?
I'm sleeping.
Yep.
You're sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm gonna catch up on some reading, and that's it. Go over my notes. I'll go over
your notes. All right.
Go over my notes.
All right. So you're talking about like the whole thing, or what?
What?
Like, how far back are you talking?
Oh, I'm gonna like the notes from the Alchemist and
Okay.
the church and the Mistra Church
Got
and
it. You're gonna cogitate on the things that you know.
yes, the things that I know. I don't have any place to like do up a storyboard or anything, but
You've got your little conspiracy
right,
theory
little
red string hanging from the rafters.
right.
You're going for your sage ability, aren't you?
Right.
All right. You guys check in. Adam's hand is ever so slowly. His fingers are swelling up as new growth comes in underneath from the bone, causing the damaged tissue to blacken, rot, and then fall off as it's pushed off
Oh,
the
nice.
hand,
Ugh. I'm gonna be
leaving.
like, I'm gonna wince.
Yeah, every so often he's kind of got his hand kind of off to the side, and
Yeah.
every so often you just hear like a wet plop
Ugh.
as pieces of now dead and necrotic flesh fall off his arm or face.
Well,
he coughs a couple times and like expels portion of his lung.
I'll pour him some ale and offer him up some ale if he wants.
He weakly accepts.
I'll pour
as he's drinking. When he finishes, he goes, "I'm a man now. I've seen combat and I've felt pain."
Oh,
it'll
poor
be
thing.
it'll be a good story for the ladies when you
When you say that, he kind of like struggles to sit up and look down. Is it okay?
I think you can kind of look at it, Bruce. I think you'll have children. Yes.
Yeah. You kind of worried him there with the lady talk and the necrotic flesh. And he thanks you for the drink and settles back down.
I start
with a weak cough.
I start to pat him on the back, but then I'm like, where do I pat him at that he isn't hurt? And so I just kind of pat him on top of his head.
Right. He gives a weak cough as he lies back down and actually blows part of his cheek out.
Oh,
poor thing.
But you can already see the flesh beginning to knit closed on his cheek. But for now, you get a view of his teeth.
Super gross.
And somehow it was still counted as a COVID-related incident.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I need to refill my water glass on that note because my throat is dry.
All right, I'm gonna grab a snack too.
I had good Thai food right before I got here, so I'm good. I'll refill my coffee. Don't forget there's coffee up there.
Elmore wants to know why we don't have a snack break during March of the Confederates. There's no one here to even hear me say that.
coffee good. Got these wonderful new glasses in there, but they're bifocals, and the bifocal part is so small that I'd have to sit here like this the whole time.
Yeah, I probably have to get bifocals here next time I go to the eye doctor.
Oh yeah, I've already got mine.
You already got your bifocals?
Oh yeah.
Hey, Elmore sent me a text to want to know why we didn't have snack time in March of the Confederates.
I'm just getting water. Did Howard go for snacks?
Yeah, he got a snack. Yeah, I did forget my Hugo prop, so I grabbed my Hugo prop too.
What's your Hugo prop?
My Hugo prop. I'll offer I'll offer some to
Yeah.
Fingers as well.
Don't
Here we
drink
go.
too much. You'll fall asleep again.
Yeah, be like
You're
last
not
week.
the heavyweight you used to be.
Did you guys figure out? Did he pass out? What was the deal there at the end of the
Yeah,
stream?
he was out.
Yeah, but that happens to me all the time, no matter what I do. If I drink, if I don't drink, if I drink coffee, drink Monster, doesn't matter. That happens.
I'm sure that'll work with the judge.
As long as he's not driving.
That's right.
Matt wants to die in his sleep, not like his passengers.
Right. That's right.
All right. So everybody's gotten their refreshment, had their beer, gotten some treatment. Did we decide who was carrying the? Oh, it's DeWin is carrying the extra,
Extra
potion of
yep.
healing.
Mm-hmm.
Did you add that to your character sheet, Howard?
I can add it in D&D Beyond.
Oh, you want me to add it to? I'll add it to your character sheet then.
Okay.
One moment, please.
We keep getting a Clear Mountain stream in the live stream there. What's going on there?
Yeah, I don't know what. I think that must be from Howard.
Yep.
Clear Mountain Stream.
Yeah, every once in a while it pops up a Clear Mountain stream in the
yes.
in the instead of the dock ward. I don't know if you can throw up a burn victim in there, maybe. Or a sketchy backstreet doctor picture. I don't know.
All right, you've got one potion of healing added, Howard.
All right.
Very good.
May it serve you well.
Let's hope you don't need it.
And everybody should do a long rest if that's what you're going to do.
Oh boy, yeah.
There we go.
Feel free. I strongly encourage you to use your hit dice to heal up if you need it.
Hit dice.
Wait, long rest. You fully heal, don't you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. And you get back your hit dice if you used it.
You get half of them.
Too much barking.
You gonna hit your long rest?
Sorry. Okay, sorry.
Everybody hit your long rest.
Can I remove the exhaustion point?
You can. When you get a long rest, you can remove the exhaustion point.
Oh. Okay. Everybody remove your exhaustion point.
Everybody.
How do you? Oh,
Just delete
Everybody.
it. Everybody.
Yeah, just set it to 0.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready for my portent?
Go for it.
First one. That'll be fun.
Yep.
Second one. Okay.
15 and a 6.
Is that how that works? I don't remember you doing that before.
Yeah, he gets to roll. he gets I think it's level based, but he gets to roll some d20s at the end of a long rest, and
it's
then he
not.
has the ability to force those to be somebody else's roll or his own.
Yeah, I can change dice.
I got you. So it could be somebody. It could be the bad guy's dice could get a 6.
Yeah, he can get a saving throw. Here's your 6.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whoops. Whoops. Ow.
Actually,
and it's not.
I think Portent you can actually. Did you try and ever click on the dice, Howard, for Portent? Because it seems like it actually might record it for you.
Doesn't do anything. Oh. All it did was put the thing up there.
Yeah. It says roll 2d20s and record the numbers rolled. You can replace any attack roll, saving throw,
Yeah.
or ability check made by you or a creature that you can see with one of these.
Go ahead. I'm just curious. Go ahead and click it again, would you? To use the second usage. I thought maybe it had rolled a 5, and I
Nope.
thought it was going to be cool and actually like record what you rolled.
Nope.
But no, it's lame.
It's recorded in the thing there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just wrote it down. 15 and 6. I'm sure Howard's got it written down as well.
Yeah,
I just thought it would be cool if it actually did that for you, since it's a feature that part of the game. But it doesn't. That's fine.
And it's not level based. It's always 2 dice until
Oh, is it always
I get
2?
to until I get to like I want to say 10th or 11th level, and then it's a 3rd dice.
Oh, wow.
Now, what my bar at the bottom is green, is all the way full, but the bar at the top that's blue is only partially full. Why is that?
That's your experience point bar.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right, I got you. All right.
So you can see how you measure up to everybody.
Right. Well, I can't see anybody else's, so.
I mean, I could change it. Do you want it to be something else?
No, I don't care. It's fine.
All right. All right. So you've got your portents. It is like mid-morning of the following day. Adam is fully recovered, but he is still sleeping. You can see the small accumulation of flesh that has been expelled.
Looks like burnt hot dogs on the ground.
Yeah, similar enough, close enough anyway. It's more lumpy and less defined.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, we could go into details, but I don't think anyone really wants that.
We're good. We're good.
We're good. So, what's the party gonna do to start off this new day?
When are we
I'm
supposed to meet
adjust-
with the Ilmitter folks?
Tonight?
They said tonight after the fishing fleet comes in. That would put it roughly at about 8 o'clock.
Hey, I have a detail that nobody really mentioned. Where is Layla? Layla?
Oh, I just didn't put her on here.
Oh, okay. All right. She's here, though.
There was only so much space on the screen.
I got you. All right.
I didn't put Adam either.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Any other questions?
No, I just I'm vexed over where our next move should be.
Well, I mean that's a good cue for some group role play.
Mm-hmm.
So Hugo, let's talk it out in a group.
Would you want to share with the group? Well,
I'll just throw it out for table talk. These storyboard scenes, it is kind of a somewhat subtle hint of this is for group interaction and not killing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't see any targets.
Well, I mean, technically there are, but
So I've been going over my notes, and there's no good way to not put it together, two and two together, and I think that I can safely say, and I'll strew my notes out on the table and go over it and some diagrams and stuff that I've put out, and just say, look, somebody within the Church of Ilmeter is at least partially or fully responsible for this. But obviously, someone in the cult of Set has a vested interest in this. And my theory is that there's either some crossover, I won't say legitimate crossover, but I will say that there's some interweaving here. And that's what I was trying to tell the paladin. What's his name?
Paladin's name is Bray Aaron.
Yeah. So, my thought process there is that we can't just be watching our backs for the bad guys as far as from the obvious from Church of Set, but also within the Church of Ilmeter. That's kind of what I was getting at, and why I felt like we needed to go into hiding.
I don't know. I mean, we when we were talking about it, we were, guessing that the creator of those potions was, originally a priest or some functionary with the Church of Ilmeter, and then at some point they obviously went off the rails.
No, it was an alchemist. It was an alchemist that was
whatever,
that was paid,
connected to the Church of Ilmeter.
That was commissioned by the church. This was funded by someone within the church. And
right, and then
somebody went off the rails.
He couldn't do it until he made a deal with the devil, whatever Set or whomever else.
Well, that's what I'm saying is I think Set was involved from the at some point the genesis of the potion, at least, I would say is a work of Set, and I would say that the Church of Ilmeter was at least complicit in this generation of the potion, and at some point there was a very significant effort made to cover it up.
I don't know. I don't know how you get all that, but
well, it's from these notes from the alchemist shop, from the alchemist lab, the death of the dead Ilmeter priests, the dead city guards, the just utter chaos that was. I know it was 300-year-old chaos, but the chaos that was left behind in the alchemist shop. I mean, this is my job. I research things. I draw conclusions from it, and I write it all down, and that's what I get from my work here.
I don't know. I don't agree that we have evidence that the Church of Ilmeter.
We don't. That's the thing. We don't have hard evidence that it was. But it's quite obvious within the notes that someone paid the commission within the Church of Ilmeter, and they knew what they were getting.
They wanted a healing potion. Right. But the healing potion the way I look at it is the healing potion, the guy couldn't come up with it without making a deal with the devil. And then from that point on, he was on the outs with the church, and because the notes we found when we were reading that guy's diary or whatever, and he was talking about that
the
beast
female
or the thing that was talking to him.
I can't hear you, Mike.
Mike, you're muted.
Yeah.
I have a button and my elbow hit it.
It's a female.
I was correcting, saying that the notes did indicate that the alchemist was a female.
And her name, and
Small
I
thing.
had her name.
Yeah,
I've
I've got her name. I've got to find it if you need it. But yes, you
so
guys know her name.
I fill you in on the details of that you glossed over, and paint a picture of who this person is. I don't have her name has been essentially stricken from the records. I can't find I don't know that anybody knows who she is anymore. But the only conclusions I can draw here is that maybe the whole church. I'm not saying the whole church. I'm not saying that the Pope and everyone on down is corrupt. I'm saying that whoever it was that commissioned this potion, knew what they. I mean, at least knew what they were getting, and didn't care.
I will throw out for Brad's sake that it's and Aaron's actually, that you both know that churches tend to be a hotbed for political activity to one degree or another, and it does vary depending on region. It depends on that's a lot of it's personality based, so it might depend on who's in power at the moment. There's a lot of power plays within the church. Who gets nominated bishop, who gets nominated to run this region, who gets nominated to run this region. Some are more desirable. There's all kinds of political maneuvering. So I'm just throwing that out as background to say that is the case, even in Forgotten Realms.
Yeah. So I'm not a dogmatic person. I'm not like somebody who I don't go to church every high holiday. I don't, I'm not, okay? I'm not. I don't have a horse in the game. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm looking at it from a purely academic standpoint, that when you cross all the T's and dot all the I's, check all the boxes, and look at all the columns, I'm just saying that, somebody within the church knows about this. And I'm thinking that it just adds up to nothing but bad shit.
Well, all right. So, if that were the case, and the church's interest, the Church of Ilmater's interest is a cover-up.
No. I'm not the church. I'm saying a small little section.
Right, but I'm saying now, back in the day, right now, the church probably didn't know directly. There might have been individual actors within the church that knew what was going on. But the church itself, as a body, as a corporate entity, probably didn't know that this was the way things were going to go. They do now.
Well, I don't think they do. I don't think they do. I really don't think they do. I think whoever is there, I mean, their I don't know what predecessor. I mean, it goes on down the line, and they're like, oh, hey, it's cropped up again. Call Sal. He knows how to deal with this. And
better call Saul.
Yeah, better call Saul. And this is cropped up again. Yeah, and let's head this off at the pass before the Pope finds out and the bishops. That's all I'm getting at.
So my
takeaway
with the way Brees said it was, they came to basically solve this problem one way or another. And that to me says that they are trying to, all right, so they, bad things happen in the past. They don't want it reflecting on the present day church, so they want to make it all go away.
And that includes us, okay? That includes us. That's what I'm getting at. It includes us. If we're not careful, that's going to include us.
But all right, so the potions themselves at this point are a little bit irrelevant. If the church is doing damage control, it's those notes and our knowledge that needs to go away as well.
Yeah, you're filling in the blank for me, yeah.
I mean, the potions are the fruit of that tree, but they want the whole tree to go away.
Yeah, they want the whole tree. So, I mean, I'm just saying. and the worshippers of Set are just going to be there to collect what shakes out at the bottom, and that's hopefully the potions in their estimation, by what I see.
Well, and probably the knowledge on how more potions could be made.
No, I think that the guys at Set found out about these, that we got these potions somehow. I don't think they're connected to the Church of
Yeah, but
Elmeter. I
no,
think they just
but let's read back.
let me finish. Let me finish
Okay,
what I
all
was
right, all right,
saying
all right.
before you interrupt me again. They have some mission they're on to heal Set or whatever. That's what they were saying, and they found out that we have these potions, and now they're out to get the potions. I don't think there's any connection. I don't think we have any information that connects them to the Church of Ilmitter or anything else. Right? It's just words gotten out on the street, and however it got out, I'm not sure. But now, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
Hold on a second.
So, Sese, are you
I'm
saying?
I'm looking through my notes. I'm shuffling through my notes and stuff. So
Okay.
give me a second here.
Well, I'm just trying to elaborate on what Sese is saying.
Sure.
Yeah.
At
So
least.
I mean, I'm
Yes.
just saying that I don't think there's a connection between the two. And
Okay. Hold on. No, wait. Stop. I'm going to stop you right there. I know
Uh-oh.
that the eminence, the Holy Church of Ra here is, the ever present knowledge base on this, but look at these symbols right here in the notes. I spread out the notes again. Take the alchemist notes, look at it, and I say these symbols right here, this text, and you look at the hold on a second. Do I need to roll there? I don't have a roll. History or Mike?
You're talking about your sage ability.
Oh, okay.
So that your sage ability is in Arcana and History.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
So you can so according to this,
I could make an investigation roll and a history roll. I don't know what do you want to do there?
You could roll either History or Arcana.
Okay.
Because you have made that you are a master in your field of study.
Okay. So can I roll at advantage?
You can.
Okay. All right. So
and what exactly are you trying to discern?
I'm trying to point out that the passages in the alchemist notes, when they talk about this being and any symbols that are in there, point back to the church or to Set, to the worship of Set. 300 years ago, not the Church of Set now.
I'm trying to describe this in character, and I'm coming up a little bit short for the correct way to phrase the passage in the notes.
Right.
So I'm just going to be direct. There was imagery of serpents and the serpent's poison, and Brad especially, Sese knows that Set is heavily associated with poison and serpents specifically. And then there was the aspects of death and the underworld. Those were both present in the original notes. And then, excuse me. Sese also had that portent in game 2 or 3. I can't remember at this point, but it was one of the early games where he actually got a portent warning that Set was active. And there was also another demon mentioned, which I don't remember the name of. I'd have to go back to look at the notes, but there was another demon specifically mentioned by name. as being active in the area.
So I know this is some antiquated language, but still, 300
Right,
years
right,
ago
right.
versus now, I mean, I think it all adds up to the same thing that, you know, I just really believe that Set is in this, and the somebody within the Church of Ilmater. I mean, I can't say that they would be, agents of Set. I don't, I don't think that that's Hail Hydra kind of stuff going on or anything like that. But I'm just saying that
You
again,
mean you don't want
using the
D&D Nazis?
yeah, going back to Howard's thing, the poison fruit of this tree is intermingled between the two churches, and whether or not the Church of Ilmater knows that that's what's going on, they're gonna try to root it out. But there's gonna be those people within the church that want to take whatever poison fruit of that tree they are trying to get, which is the potion. What we don't know is why the hell is this potion so ridiculous? What is that? Have we got to have in my study, in my notes, have I gotten to the bottom of that at all?
Oh no, I recall that.
Okay.
Basically, the alchemist wasn't using pure alchemy to make these potions. There's also black magic involved where parts of his soul had to be sacrificed. So he basically gave of his own being to make these potions. So, it's almost a literal pact with lower powers to bring these potions to be the way they are to be, because that was in the notes.
Right. And yeah, that's the really kind of weird, sickening part about this, that I'm hoping, I don't know. Obviously this is something ritual that Set would, the Church of Set, obviously Set probably knows what the hell it is, but you probably have to have willing agents and those people that are willing to give up for this potion. I don't know. I can't get to the bottom of that. I'm a sage. I'm a researcher, but I'm not an alchemist. And not a
Well, we
not a
know that
worshiper of Set.
at least when we had that last street encounter, that those cultists were, saying they were going to do, heal Set somehow with the
Yeah.
potion. And I don't doubt that they are looking for the potion. I don't know that that necessarily means Set was part of its creation, but it could have been.
Well, yeah, based on
Um,
the notes, it says it alludes to that right here when they talk about
well, there's
we're
serpents
here
and
and
stuff there, yeah. But even if he was the demon that the alchemist was, dealing with in order to create this thing, other than it, I could see it being an embarrassment to the Church of Ilmater or whatever, but I'm not certain that we can't do business with them.
oh well, I mean, yeah, if they're willing to.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
There's that
Those
mountain
guys.
again.
Yeah, there it is. There it was right there. Like a
Um,
conspiracy thing.
Howard's practicing his subliminal messaging.
Mountain? What? I don't know what mountain you're talking about.
See, now I don't know if he's punking us or not. That's the problem.
No, I'm not.
You'll see it on the screen.
What are you guys seeing?
It's a photo of a mountain lake
Yeah.
that comes up every so often and then fades away and goes back to the map that you're showing.
I have no idea.
I think Howard's playing a long con on the viewers
Yeah.
to confuse them.
It is such a good con that it's gotten me.
Yeah.
I've managed to con myself because I have no idea what's going on.
I don't know. But everybody else has seen it.
Yep, it's important.
It's important. You're going to go upstate and play with the other dogs.
Is it
All
There
right.
it is.
Here it is. Yep, that's it.
Okay, that's the desktop.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I got you.
And for some reason, I guess every now and then, the desktop is
Yep.
coming up behind.
And when
there.
I click on it, it doesn't, or unless you moved it, I guess. Okay. All right. So,
Anyway, on that interlude, sorry.
ooh, shiny.
Ooh, it was shiny.
Yeah.
I had to comment.
So, I'm not sure exactly, how that's going to play into our negotiation, or if it does at all. I'm just saying, if we're going to get out of this alive, I think we need to be cautious of both sides.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily saying that our good friend that we just met is I think he is, I think he's completely who he says he is. As he even said to us, he's not very high up on the chain, He's just a man who's sent to do a job, So
yeah, but he was sent to do a job by any means.
yes. And I, like I said, I planted that seed of doubt, and I think he's a good paladin. I think he'll check it
Who's
out.
a good paladin?
Yeah, he's a good paladin.
You are.
It's a good trait.
All right. So you
I
have
gotta-
reason to distrust both sides.
Yes, I do. Yes, the notes say it. The research says it. So,
But
whether you guys do or not, I doubt. I doubt
so
heavily.
I think to me, for where the Church of Ilmater sits, I'll let them speak for themselves. But my presumption is that they're trying to do a bit of damage control here and avoid any kind of fallout from either the city or influential people in the church or whatever. So they're basically trying to do a bit of a cover up here as probably part of this to make it quietly go away. But I also have to believe that they feel a bit responsible for what has happened and therefore don't want the cultists to benefit from this.
Oh yeah.
And therefore they're trying to clean up a mess that they were at least partially involved in creating. So that might be the altruistic way of getting things kind of into perspective. So
Yeah, I mean, why not do both though? I mean, you could cover up the situation, do the damage control, get rid of the cultists of Set, get the potion. I mean, I'm gonna make some copies of these notes though today, and
Break your inkwell and paper.
Yeah.
If anything happens to me, the copies will get distributed to every
That's
tavern.
right.
I've got 1,000 street kids with copies.
They can't read shit, but
They can't read it though. They might wipe their ass with it,
That's
but they're going to distribute it to every bulletin board in this city if anything happens to me.
It'll be in every privy and
Crudely drawn breasts on it, but it'll be there.
Yeah. Like, what the hell is that? Oh yeah, okay.
Maybe someone will read it before they use it to wipe. I don't know, but
That's some good.
it'll
That's some good quality paper.
be it's quality parchment. All right, so you're going to make a few copies to leave behind.
Yep.
And I'm going to just assume that he's taking his headsets off.
Okay, thanks. Sorry.
Where's that coffee you promised, Matt?
Oh, I drank another. It's gone. I'm sorry.
We're going to share. So I'm going to assume that that's not just the notes that you found at the lab, but also the conclusions that you've just voiced.
Yes, in great detail. I will.
All right.
Circles and arrows and
Circles and arrows, and the wanted board of drawing relationships.
Right.
Illimeter, sect, set, potion.
Right.
All things converge on the potion.
Yep.
Go ahead and give me a. I don't know that you're going to have a skill for that.
What's that?
Go ahead and give me a persuasion roll.
A persuasion roll. Okay.
Yes.
At normal.
Just unless somebody can help you writing, but yeah, it's a persuasion roll DC of 20. You'll be able to successfully write it regardless, and this is only to test whether or not it comes off as a crackpot theory, or if it comes off as I can see the pattern.
Okay, I'll get Anna to help me and Dwayne to help me out with that.
But
yeah, I'll pass it around to everybody. I don't care. I mean, I know.
All right, go ahead and roll persuasion. You can go ahead and roll an advantage because you're getting help from the party. Assuming the party wants to help you with your theory.
Yeah, if I used inspiration, would I be able to roll 3 times?
There is no double advantage.
Okay, so all right.
You could do one or the other.
Okay. Okay, so I got. It says at bonus. What is this situational bonus? Is that something? Is that just something I see there?
I don't know what you're looking at.
Okay. Hold on, just a second. What? No. Right there. Gabe, can you get the clothes? Gabe.
So, Aaron, are you able to
No.
successfully open up Emiko's sheet and all that? Is the game working for you now?
Yeah, I don't. It's like weird because I've never had any issue with Mike's sessions,
There we go. 21.
and I'm not
There you
really
go.
sure why. I don't know if it's because we have less people.
No, it's the same
Or-
number.
No, we usually have
because
2 more
there's-
people.
2 more people.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's the less people thing, but I've never had any issue with his.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
So
All right,
you did
there
pretty
you go.
good.
Yep, 21.
So yeah, you spit a thesis, and it comes out surprisingly coherent, drawing the conclusions that you wish to illustrate, and footnoting and annotating and all the normal scholarly rigor. At the end of the morning, you're pretty satisfied that this is a pretty coherent theory, backed up with well referenced cross notes.
I even surprised myself, huh?
Well, you do good work in the academic world, remember?
Yes, that's true.
So, I mean, that was your whole background.
Yep. Too bad it didn't work out for me, right? I wouldn't be in a basement back alley clinic.
You wouldn't have started the job drunk off your mind.
Right.
Hugo has demons that run deep.
Right.
Yeah, I could see that.
But yes, it's a well written scholarly article done in a reasonably short time.
Okay. All right. I will.
You feel pretty sure that this would be reasonably convincing to anybody that gave it time to read.
Yes. Let the ink dry.
All right. Anybody else? Nothing.
Nothing.
All right. What are you going to do for the Bueller?
And for my next trick.
And for your next trick. Sese, what are you gonna do about your squire / nephew / crispy critter? He is healed, but he is obviously pretty traumatized.
Well, this is something for the group. We could take him. I have a safe house of my own, right? Where there's a couple other. There's a priest of Ra and a major domo.
I was unaware of
We
that.
could take Adam there and drop him off, but that would mean we would have to travel in the city somewhere. I don't know where that location is versus where we're at
Well,
now.
You could send him on his own.
Is he walking?
He would be walking.
Yeah.
I mean, he's healed enough
He's
that he
he's
can
healed.
walk. And,
The scars on the outside are healed. The scars on the inside will take longer.
He's gonna be wake up like trying to pat off flames.
Right.
Ah! Ah!
What's a little PTSD for a preteen?
Yep. Can we? I mean, could we get someone to take him by wagon? Is that possible?
They have like Howard told me they have like public transit effectively.
Okay.
So he could take the bus. He could take the bus, or he could take a coach.
So him and Lila could set off, by that, and I could like head off in the opposite direction, and to get their attention first or something.
I don't know why, but every time Erin takes a drink, it's like she's got this great big mug of beer in my head because it's just two-handed grab.
It's one of those.
I just picture you holding this gigantic thing of beer stein.
I was looking at it to see if it had 2 X's on the front.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Like hee-haw style
so
jug.
Drink to get through it.
Yeah.
The only way to play this game is drunk off your head.
Yep. So yeah, I could go in the opposite direction first and see if we can, being a little bit less conspicuous. And
well, I don't know that anybody knows we're here,
just in case.
and I don't know who would be more recognizable. I don't think Lila and Adam haven't been traveling with us.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is I could get their attention if they are, and you'd send them off in the opposite direction.
They're probably good. If the two of them go together, they're probably good.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
I would think so.
I mean, I think you may give away more by going out and trying to draw attention.
Okay, I got you.
All right. Anything you need off of Adam's pack before you send him home?
Well, I thought all that stuff was destroyed.
Oh, right. You're right. My bad.
Yeah.
Sorry. Didn't mean to tease.
Well, hopefully we'll get enough money where replacing that stuff won't be an issue. So.
Right. All right. Anybody else?
What was so we dropped that first potion off with.
Oh, you want to know where the potions are? The first potion.
Well, no.
Okay, sorry.
So the Temple of Mistra, right?
Yes.
What was the timeline? They had to do some more work on the. I don't know. They wanted to examine the potion or something before they.
Right. They wanted to use magic to examine it further.
So, I mean, what's the timeline that we had on that? Did we have one?
Technically today.
Yeah, we were supposed to go back today.
So maybe we go back and see where they're at with that, and
They haven't
hopefully
paid us
collect.
either.
Yeah, hopefully collect our due.
Your doo-doo?
At this point, I'd be glad.
Yeah, they may not even want it. I mean, I guess it really depends on, because wasn't it the guard people that told us that
The silver hand.
they were more trouble than they were worth?
The silver hand.
That was Black Hand Tower.
Oh, Black Hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they have somebody who
Blackstaff.
Black Staff.
Black
talks
Staff,
to
sorry.
them,
Yeah.
they might not. They might change their mind about that. So we just have to be prepared that they may or may not buy it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think they'll. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't, because it is what they were looking for, right? Or what they thought it would be. So I get that the guys at the Blackstaff Tower or whatever weren't interested in it, but I think these other fellows knew what they were getting. I don't know why they needed to check it, but
Yeah. So we'll just have to see what they tell us, because it might be yes or it might be a no.
yeah, depending on how capricious our DM gets.
So, do we want to go there before we go to the docks tonight?
Looks
Yeah,
pretty
well,
capricious.
the we'd have to hole up somewhere until nighttime, to go to the docks. So while it's dangerous to move on the streets, we might be better off if we can get a hold of some of those magic items that they were offering. We might be a little bit
Well-
stronger.
Well, that's where I live, and I don't care how strong the set guys are or think they are. I think they would be foolhardy to start trouble inside the Temple of Mistra.
Well, it's getting there though, is the issue I'm worried about.
Well, we gotta get there at some point.
Yep.
It's not going to get any better.
I know. Well, I suggested that we go do that. I'm just saying, that would be the reason I think that people might not want to do that. Is that we might get jumped on the street.
We might get jumped sitting right here.
That's true. I totally agree.
Thoughts?
Does anybody have a disguise?
My performance is not my strong suit, but I do have a decent. I don't know, persuasion. I don't know what you would do that off of.
Disguise?
Might be
Um,
deception.
It'd probably be a deception roll. There are classes that, well, assassins can do it especially well, but it's gated at a fairly high level.
I got you.
So there are actual disguise kits that require proficiency to use effectively.
Yeah, she doesn't have access to that kind of spell, unfortunately. That's not a cleric thing.
And you would have to disguise the entire party.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do like minor illusion, I think it's called. There is
Yeah.
some illusion spells that can change your appearance, but it would be magical in nature. So if something disrupted or detected that magic, that would be a giveaway. But
Yeah.
yes, there are illusions that can do it.
Yeah, she doesn't have access to that kind of stuff, though. That's why she was just asking if somebody else, had access to something like that, because she definitely does not.
Mm.
Good. I suppose we could. I don't know. Grab some hats and some. I don't know. I don't know.
Some glasses with some mustaches attached
yeah,
to it.
Yes, I don't know. We
Some
could
hoodies.
leave. We could leave and not as a whole group. you know.
No, let's stick together.
Yeah, I concur.
Yep.
How far do we got to go for that?
The castle ward.
Yeah, it's in the castle ward, so it's a pretty decent distance, but not too bad.
Oh,
But we're in the
the
dock
only,
ward
yeah,
right
the only thing
now,
we're
right?
showing is the dock ward, right? Yep. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Are we? Is this map like other water deep maps where we're near the adventure corridor or no? Because I know there's a there may be like a coach nearby.
Well,
yeah,
there.
so
Yeah. I'll let Howard do it.
the adventuring area is in the dock ward. So there are bars and places that cater to adventurers in the dock ward.
Is there like a coach nearby?
Yeah, not too far. There's coaches and effectively, I'm just going to call them buses that run on the major roads. Ooh, a lot of map flipping. So all these larger roads are going to have, pretty regular public transit or private. You could like rent out like Howard said, like the equivalent of a taxi.
Yeah.
we'll put up the. I put up the map of Waterdeep on the stream. We can show where everybody is at.
Yeah, it's there.
No, I'm at the big map of Waterdeep. I put up a big map of Waterdeep. So we're down in the dock ward, and we want to go to the castle ward.
Right.
Correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just not all the way up to the sea ward.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a trek, so that's why I was thinking maybe we could if we
You
could
guys are
take
going
a
to get your
coach.
exercise, that's for sure.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I was
Right.
thinking if we could take a coach, it might be
So-
safer.
So I think I was reading that to get from one extreme into the city to the other, depending on traffic, could take half an hour to an hour, depending on how far you're going and what kind of routes you're using and so forth.
Is that a half an hour by foot or half an hour by
I
transit?
would
no,
assume that's by transit.
No, that is by foot.
Oh, by foot, really? So it's
Yeah.
only like 2 miles. Yeah, it's smaller than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's actually from a distance standpoint, it's not that far. It's not that big of geography.
Just
But
dense.
you just have to negotiate through, kind of like walking down, through Manhattan. There's a
Right.
little bit
Can't
of
get
distance
this
to
off
cover,
of
but
the-
it's more about.
All right. So you guys are going to take transit or walk?
I think the transit would be safer.
Well, it's not cheap.
I was going to say, Howard, do you have the cost pulled up? As you are the water deep
There we go.
connoisseur.
I want to take a bath. I want to take a bathroom break real quick.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Then I will take the Reddit answer. A lot of people complaining about the scale of the maps. I don't find a price. So I'm just going to say 2 copper a person. Each way, of course.
So, round trip for 4 people. Talking
16 copper. Or equivalent, of course.
Okay. Matt's got the kitty, right?
I think it was Sese, wasn't it? Brad, are you keeping track of the party funds, or is it Matt?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So you guys are going to burn 16 copper?
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Big spenders.
But hopefully that will make it harder for us to get tracked and followed. And
Well, it will certainly cut down on the random encounters.
All right, what are we doing?
All right. So you guys are going to go to the House of Wonder.
And that was going to take us. Are we walking? Are we?
So the first thing DeWin notices when he gets there is there are a lot more guards than usual active on the grounds today.
Uh-oh.
I guess they got good results from their divination magic.
Looks like
Yeah.
it.
So, you guys, are you going to ask who are you going to ask for? The guy that you talked to last time, or just where are you going exactly here? All right, so that was
we have an
Shrine Keeper Remendi.
Yeah, and we have an appointment with them. Is that what
So,
we're supposed to be coming back to?
You go through the usual channels, and they explain that first they try and tell you that I'm sorry, Shrine Keeper Remendi isn't seeing anyone today. You'll have to come back for a blessing at some other day.
Yeah, we tell him that we have an appointment with him.
All right.
So it kind of goes back and forth, and you're finally led into Shrine Keeper Remendi's chambers. And he is nursing a wounded arm.
Uh-oh.
And he tells you that there was an attack on the temple last night, in fact. A group of assassins attacked. They were quite fierce and determined.
I didn't think you were looking.
Unfortunately, they did take not only the life of his assistants, but the potion.
Uh-oh.
They took it?
They took it.
Uh-oh.
He said that they have been using the Speak with Dead spell to interrogate their souls to find out more about them. So far, all he knows is that they are a group of Set worshippers, and that they have been operating out of the upper Underdark.
Are they scrying for it?
They are trying to scry for it as well, but so far they have not found it. Set temples and set places of worship are notoriously guarded from detection.
Yeah, there's no temple of
I'm walking
Set
in
in
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep.
We're gonna walk to
They
King's.
lost our potion?
Yeah. For Brad, since he
Oh,
is
okay.
specifically
Maybe,
engaged with
Kevin
knowledge
either.
about it, set cults tend to always have their hideouts exceptionally well hidden. They use a lot of cutouts. So the people that are on the outside of the cult, or not in the inner circle, I should say, usually do not know where the hideout is, where the temple is. They are brought in, if they must be. They are brought in confusing or concealing ways, like the bag over the head trick, so they don't know where the temple is. And according to the wiki, Set has rituals that make it specifically difficult to detect. I'm filling that in for Brad since he may or may not know that from the wiki, but I'm sure Sese would.
Yeah. So we probably need to discuss remuneration for the loss of our potion.
What were you able to find out about the potion before you lost it?
Yes, I suppose we should. Who's negotiating for the party? Who's the roller?
Well,
Matt, you're muted. I don't. Your lips are moving, but I don't know what you're saying.
Oh, okay. What were we able to find out before the potion was lost?
It has a strong component of spiritual energy. We believe related to souls and or necromancy. Quite powerful. We're not entirely certain how such a thing was created at this point. But it definitely
we shared
reeked
the
of
notes with them before,
necromancy.
correct?
I don't think you did. I don't think you guys wanted to tell them anything more than you
No.
absolutely had to.
We did not share the notes with
Yeah,
them.
so Howard backs up my memory on that one. You did not tell him what it was from. But yeah, they're telling you necromancy was involved quite a bit, in fact.
Nor did we tell them about the other 2 doses.
Right. Well,
I don't know what Aaron's muted now or something. I can't hear what she's saying.
Hang on. There.
Well, it's a good thing that we didn't give them all
These are
3
on
of
her
them.
end, I think.
yeah, we were at least wise in that way.
Right.
Yeah, we'd have been in a world of hurt if we gave them all 3 of them.
So
Right.
necromancy and spiritual energy and souls.
Correct. Necromancy for.
I'm getting out my book and I'm writing down.
Right.
Do you
So
have any
take on necromancy is a lot of magic on the aspects of both life and death.
Do you have any notes
in many ways
that I can peruse?
Do I have notes, or does the character?
No, I'm asking the.
I had to make sure. I don't know why my throat is so dry today. He does have notes that he will provide. He says I don't want to give you the originals though. I want to make copies.
Yes, please.
And then you can have the copies.
Yes, please.
That will take some time to complete, as you might expect. Our efforts were on other items this day.
Okay. Can I have them sent to an address if we were unable to meet back up?
If that is what you wish.
Okay. Yeah. If we're not able to meet back up, and whatever, I can have them sent to an address.
All right. Who are you having them sent to?
I really.
Who gets the poison letter?
Yeah. I'm thinking, one of my friends from the university, maybe. Someone that I at least trust not to open my mail.
Okay.
Well, I have that support staff.
Oh yeah. I can have it sent to the Church of Ra. Yeah.
Well, it's not really. I suppose it is the Church of Ra because there's probably no Church of Ra in Waterdeep, but
Yeah.
That's correct.
Okay. So
it's not actually it's just a building. It's not.
Is there a high level priest there? Is there...
Well, it's not high level. He's a priest, but he's really just. He's there working with other religions, right,
Okay.
to try and
He's an ambassador.
figure out.
Right.
Great. Okay. All right. Well, as long as attention, Sese, do not open, extremely important, all that good fun stuff.
Sure. He gets the information from you, and with a gesture, his secretary writes down the information.
Okay.
That's fine. How long should we wait if you don't come back?
I'm just saying, if we can't meet up, I'd like to get a copy of the notes
All right.
some other way.
All right. He says if he doesn't hear from you by week's end, he'll mail it.
All right, that'd be great.
Oh, he'll fox it.
He'll fox it. Yeah.
Yes. They have trained foxes.
Hmm.
So who we didn't say who's doing the rolling for
I can
for
do that if you
negotiating.
want.
I
You
can
want to do that?
Oh,
wait.
okay.
I would.
Is this a persuasion
I-
roll? Is this a?
It's
Yeah.
just it's going to be a. There is no negotiation, so it's just going to be a persuasion roll back and forth.
Okay.
So it's just contested. So whoever gets high wins this round of negotiation. I'm going to allow up to 5 rounds of negotiation.
I have a +5 on it. What do you got?
Yep.
What's
yeah.
your charisma?
Huh?
What's your charisma?
17.
Oh, wow.
And I have
Okay.
the skill of persuasion.
Yeah, I do too, but mine's 16, so that makes sense.
Okay. But the two of
Let
us
me
together
pull
can
up his
the two of us
stat block.
together could at least bounce it off of him, I guess, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
You're a little
it's
bit
not
more
gonna be-
officious. I'm a little bit more off the cuff.
Right. For role playing purposes, that's fine. For gameplay purposes, you both are getting help because he has his people helping and you have your people helping.
Okay.
So we're just gonna roll it normal.
I got you.
The advantage cancels out.
I got you. Okay.
So I just need to pull up his stat block if you'll give me a moment.
Ugh.
Oh, it's so hard to read. Oh, there we are. Fortune Hunters.
So what's going on with the negotiation?
So I was explaining that
Opposed
what it's going
roll.
to be is up to 5 rounds of back and forth negotiation. You can quit at any time.
So
It's a contested roll.
Do you want what's behind door number 1, or do you take what's in the envelope?
Very, very similar. Yes.
but what is
you
what is
get
being,
what I'm putting down?
what is being negotiated is what I was asking.
Brad
Recompense.
wants compensation for the lost potion. They are open to doing so, but they're probably not going to. Brad, there's not been an opening offer, but I'm guessing that it's not going to be as high as what what's desired. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I will discuss
So
it with I will discuss
have a
it with
stat
Sese
block. I
what he
need to
thinks.
just test it in. Yeah, why don't you guys decide what you want your opening bid to be while I fill in these values.
Okay. What do you think, Brad?
So I want mostly gear, right? Magic items.
I would suggest starting with a value.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is what kind of value do we want to put on it, and then, go from there.
Okay, hold on. Let me look up there's a +1 sword in there I'd like to get. Long sword 5E. Oops, long sword +1. Price. It says 2,300. So and there's a shield that they had that I want that was 20K.
What?
20K.
It was 20K.
So
I heard the
that's-
number.
Yeah.
So 25K for my part. How many people we got in a party?
You got 4 people.
4. So let's say 100K in gold.
What shield was worth 20K? I don't remember this.
The Sentinel shield.
So he wants 100K in gold. Okay.
I'll
Well,
be
let's-
surprised if they even offer us 20 for the first round. I'm thinking they're
Well-
probably going to lowball us.
Oh,
They're
well,
gonna
yeah,
lowball us.
yeah.
Let's highball it. Let's say 150K. Right? How much
All right.
was that thing worth? How much is
So
that
are-
thing worth?
What thing?
What's that actually called? That potion that we're
It's
selling?
it's not in the book.
It's unique.
Oh, it's like a homebrew.
It's not going to be in any book.
Yeah.
So what was the value of it?
It was
Well,
it was quite high.
that was what you were trying to determine. You guys were pretty
Right.
sure it was going to be worth a lot.
What's a lot?
More than they would be able to give us in gold. Let's put it that
Right.
way. We had determined that, and you know, I think what was it like for each dose we were looking at a like a 50K or something like that.
Yeah, you were hoping to get 50K per dose.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the whole thing was worth like, 150K, and this is one potion. So
Right.
I mean, we could, the thing is that he can always ask for 150,000. It doesn't mean they're going to give it to us.
but I think we
So-
need to realistically look at,
Yeah,
what is
right.
our 50K. I mean, that's kind of the value that we had set it at, and
Right. So we want to go
neither
higher,
one of
though.
us are going to get the. I mean, obviously, we're asking for value out of it, and they're
And
not
we
getting
could start
anything
at
for it.
150, and then if they offer us 50,
I was
then,
going to say
it
75.
will be
I was going to
settled.
say like 75.
We'll have
Yeah, I'm
settled.
good with that,
Okay.
Matt. I'm good with that.
All right. So but I'm embarrassed to kind of start with 75, I guess, maybe since we know that what we think the value is.
Hugo's like,
Yeah,
Well, no, this
Hugo
is-
has limits.
yeah.
This is a negotiation, right?
This is
So you always start high.
Yeah, I know.
You start high, and then
So,
you
so
know
I
what?
kind of wipe my chin and purse
so
my
you
knuckles.
start with an unreasonable number, and then you come down so you look more reasonable.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say, for all the trouble that we have been through, and you have been through for this case, I guess, I think it would be very reasonable to say that you should value this at about 75K.
All right, so you're going to start at 75.
Yep.
See what happens now.
Oh, I almost had that 20. I almost had that 20. That would have been like. It would have been like, that sounds very reasonable. Yes. That would have been amazing.
All right, so you're going to start at 75. And yet we don't even have the potion to.
I am well aware of that. You're the loser in this particular case, both in your brethren, which I am very sad to see that this happened.
You break it, you buy it.
my esteemed colleague, of course, from representative
Are
of
you
the Church of
actually
Malharan.
saying the equivalent of that?
Yeah.
Or are you just like, I need to know what's table talk and what's actual
Yeah,
in
no.
character,
No.
because
I'm
that
speaking.
would be a little bit insulting.
Yes. No. I totally agree that you do not have it, and that certainly would go towards us recovering it as well. And if I were to be able to recover it and have you benefit from it, I certainly would, and I would attest to that every effort would be put towards having the Church of Mistra to benefit from such recovery. But at this point, we are sorely lacking in everything. I mean, our home, was burnt to the ground by the Church of Set.
I'm going to allow that, but I'm also going to point out that it wasn't actually your home.
Well, it was.
You
I don't
never,
know that.
We never actually
there.
got
You
to
just-
put our head down there.
you like crashed on the couch is what it was.
Yeah.
But
they don't need to
our
know those
headquarters.
small
Okay, our
details.
headquarters. More aptly put, our headquarters
Right,
from where we would operate was completely burnt to the ground. We lost innumerable. Much more resources than 75K. Just in research material alone, and magical goods and reagents and everything else. I mean, we lost it all.
75 is simply too much for an item that we don't even have and lost members for.
I realize that. I'm putting a value to.
I would be willing to increase to.
You didn't even give
20.
us 20.
So I suggest we counter that we don't want the cash necessarily, although a little bit of cash would be
Yes.
good.
I agree.
And perhaps because they probably didn't pay to have the items created that they have in there, and they would be willing to be more generous.
We're abstracting this slightly. So
Yes. So
there's a lot of back and forth here about like specific items and things like that. But I'm trying not to
bog
go
that down.
too far into the woods.
Okay.
I'm just
Right.
talking strictly like cash value. What you get won't be a big pile of gold. Although I think it would be hilarious if they said, "Here's $70,000 gold coins. You can have it if you can carry it out."
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, could you deposit that at my bank? And
Yeah. Now I'm thinking that would be over the weight limit of the entire party.
Yes.
Yes.
It would. So obviously the
So
value.
he's willing to counter. He's coming back at a counter. Just so you know, I started him at 10,000.
Okay, I got you. Oh, that's
Which
what I did.
is-
That's what I
is-
didn't hear. I didn't hear that. So his.
Well, I'm in my head. That's what I put.
Okay, I got you. All
So
right.
so he feels bad. Yes, you guys lost out. Yes, he knows it's valuable. On the other hand, he doesn't end up with a potion, and he's got people dead, and he's got the set cult getting all up in his business.
Well,
But he's willing to. He's like, well, it's a bad situation for you. It's a bad situation for me. Totally speaking out of character for an elderly priest. And he comes back and he says, well, I can give you 20. How about 20?
What about considerations as well moving forward with working with the church and having better access to the church, so that we don't have to go through intermediaries, so that we can possibly get blessings easier? I mean, what value can you put on that? I mean,
well, I've got a book that has.
I'm speaking metaphorically.
For everything.
I'm sorry. I'm not an accountant.
They put a value on that every day.
I'm speaking out of turn. Of course, I know that this costs money to run this church and take care of all the followers and the priesthood and everything else, but certainly you could give us some kind of dispensation there. I'm sure there's those who are agents of the church. I don't know.
So you're wanting 20,000 plus future consideration.
Yes.
How about?
No, we want more than that, don't we?
Well, a contract in a way, yes. A retainer, a contract, something.
We want more than 20,000.
Yes, that's what I'm
just
speaking.
Take their
of.
first.
That's what I'm saying.
Take their first counter offer.
If there's no way that you can offer any more than 20K in cash, there are other considerations.
We don't know that.
Yeah,
we don't know that.
It's just the first round, dude.
Yes.
Jeez.
Well, that's what I'm speaking out, and then we'll roll our persuasion.
So how about we counter with 500 platinum pieces, 25,000 in items, and
what is 500 platinum pieces? Is that times 10?
Yeah,
that's only 5,000 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus
let him finish.
I had 20,000 in items from things that they have on hand, and unspecified services to be redeemed later, not to exceed.
I think
5,000.
that's too low, dude. You need to say. So we opened at 75.
You guys can discuss as a party and then come back and negotiate with him.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
So we opened at 75. They gave us 20. Let's not go back to.
All right. So
20.
let's be honest. It's worth 50. They're not going to give us full value for something they don't get.
Sure.
So let's start at maybe 40 is the highest they'll go.
So I'd say 50 and then see where they go from there. But make it as payment by services,
You're not
healing, resurrections.
Right. No, I think we go. I I think the next offer, then we go 50, with most of that being
Items.
stuff they already have on the church, and whatever value, beyond
Access to mystical tomes. I mean, that has a value right there.
has a value to you.
It has a value to Dwin. It has a
No, it
value
has
to
an
me.
absolute value.
Yes,
It
it
has
has
a
a
value.
book value. There's the access to that book costs money.
Well,
I mean,
you
you're
can
not
pay
the only
for it
one
in the
that's
gold.
that wants magic items out of this. I mean, that is a value to us as well.
Is Sese showing his noble entitlement?
Right. Yep.
So
He's like, I don't care
I
what you
think
guys
that
want.
our next
So
offer ought
has
to be.
I'm gonna have
our
to
next-
stop. Has the party decided on a counter offer yet?
Yes,
No.
Well,
Okay.
I'm
What is the
trying to
counter
get him.
offer?
the counter offer is 50,000.
50,000.
to be in. If they can't do the cash, that to do it in services rendered and items that you already have on hand.
Products and services.
Yeah, products and services.
With whatever remainder.
And a small
I would
amount of
have
cash.
to, I would have to say
yeah,
that
small
if you wanted to do products and services, well, specifically services, what you need to do is tell me like what percentage or how much of that you want to be in services, because what you would be doing is you would be basically getting the service for free, but it still has the list price value.
Right.
So for example, if you wanted a resurrection that costed, I have no idea how much, let's just say 20,000, you need to 5,000 or 50,000.
Well, it depends on you're talking about raised dead or resurrection. Those are two different
Let's
things.
just say raised dead. It doesn't really matter for this example. Let's just say you wanted a raised dead at some point and it costed 10,000 gold or whatever it is. You would need to have that in credit.
Yes, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
is
that makes
credit,
sense.
So what I'm saying is you need to tell me how you want the breakdown to go.
I don't know, like what do you think? 500 platinum apiece, and so that's let's see, 5, 10.
That's 20,000 right there.
That's 2,000, or yeah, it's 2,000 platinum, and then the rest in. What do you guys think? Does that sound decent?
Items and future services.
Yeah, items and future services. There we go.
All right. So let's go ahead and roll.
Okay.
Wait a second here. I think I saw this roll in a dream I had.
Did you?
I think.
So you burn a portent?
Yeah. For the priest, he's going to roll a 6.
All right. Well, then I don't need to roll anything. So he rolled a 6. So you wanted, it was a total of 50,000, right?
Right.
But only 20 of that is cash.
Right.
The rest of that is items they have on hand or services later.
Do we know how much a resurrection costs in this world?
I can look it up and tell you.
Yeah, raised dead and resurrection are two. Resurrection requires no body,
Right.
and there's no time limit on a resurrection. Raised dead has a time limit on it, and you need at least some part of the body.
Right.
Well, that's probably cheaper.
I would imagine
right?
resurrection would be very expensive then.
Yeah, well, raised dead is a 5th level spell. Resurrection is a 7th level.
7th
spell.
level, yeah.
Right.
So the cost of a scroll, it doesn't say like how much it would cost for the service, but the scroll itself is between 5 and 50,000. So pretty expensive, but that's a big range.
Yeah.
I didn't research specifically to find out exactly how much it costs.
Well,
that was for resurrection, right?
And it's
That was for
this
resurrection.
This is at their cost.
so-
I mean, they're gonna
Raise the Dead should be good enough for us.
Yeah, I think it's usually about 5 for Raise the Dead, but there is a very limited timetable
Right.
with which
So
to
Raised
do
Dead
that.
costs 1,200.
For the
Is
scroll?
typical. Let's see. No,
1,200?
that's for according to Reddit, which
1,200 sounds kind of low.
is 1,200 for Raised Dead.
Yeah, that
Well, that's
sounds
a
kind of
lot.
low.
That's a lot of gold, though. Anyway.
1,200?
Yeah, it's still a
That's
pretty
less than
big
your.
sum of.
That's less than your +1 sword.
Yeah,
It is.
that's 1,200
It is.
doesn't sound like like too much given
I
And
didn't know
how
I
much-
would need it, so I
circumstance.
didn't look it up specifically, but that was just what Reddit had.
Well, don't talk the DM out of a low price service. like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Prices
Well,
may
no,
vary.
I'm more saying.
Right? That's what I
don't-
was trying to
'cause
say.
when-
Was that's a lot of gold. Let's not talk the DM
Resurrection
out of
costs. Resurrection has a material component of a 1,000 gold piece diamond, which is consumed
Yes.
Right.
for Resurrection, not Raised Dead.
Right.
Yeah, I'm reading the same thing. Was that what'd you say? 2,500 to 5?
It was it was the cost for the scroll. So a 7th level scroll costs anywhere from 5,000 to 50,000, plus the material component of another 1,000. So at a minimum, if you're lucky to find a scroll and can cast it yourself, you're talking $6,000.
Okay, yeah, 5 to 6 grand is what it looks like their cost.
6,000 minimum.
Oh, because I was reading
Yeah.
5.
You're luckiest point.
Okay.
A scroll is 5,000 plus another 1,000 for the diamond.
Okay.
6,000
Okay.
minimum cost.
I got you. Okay.
The diamond would have been consumed in the creation of the scroll.
Right.
You would need it to create the scroll.
Yeah.
Got
Right.
it. Okay.
Yep. So $5,000 ish.
So $5,000. Yes.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, I think
so,
what the cost is based off of is how much of the person's body you have. Like the
well, for resurrection, it
Well,
doesn't matter.
It's going to be
Yeah.
political. It's going to be
Yeah.
environmental. If there's like a war going on, it's going to be
Yeah.
way higher than if it's peacetime.
Right.
That kind of thing.
right.
So,
Not the priest likes you.
yeah, I
Yeah.
will go back to service in kind and some cash and services rendered. So we know about what we're looking at. So 50 grand is what we're looking at. That's our offer.
So 20 in gold. Coin value. I'm just going to say gold pieces just to make it easy on me.
Yeah.
You're talking 20,000 gold pieces
20.
total, plus 30,000 in services.
Yeah, unless you guys want
I'd rather do
items.
I'd rather do
items
less cash.
We're just talking gold for now. It's we'll suss out what it's actually delivered in. I'm just trying to make it easy instead of having to convert in my head from platinum to items to services.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think we ought to go with less cash though.
And more services?
Yeah, more services and products. Because there's got to be, weren't there magic items that you guys wanted too?
I have no idea. I just want to survive the night and get on to the next thing.
Yeah.
You didn't write those down. So when Mike was telling us,
I did write
wrote
down the
things.
wands.
What's that?
I mean, I definitely know some things that are on my wish list. Okay, I do, but I just really hadn't fleshed that out because my character is not, has never been a man of means and never thought, hey, I'm going to actually get any of this. I wasn't born to money, and I was, but they were, my parents.
That's your brother. Your brother gets
my
that.
parents my parents disappeared. I basically a ward of the university, and I was thrown out of the university because somebody didn't like my parents. So I'm pretty much been destitute most of my life.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean. Anyway, I think we need to cut that in half, so that we get 10,000 in cash.
Well, remember that the money is just a placeholder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I keep coming back to. It can be in various forms.
Right, but what we're asking for total is 50 grand.
I didn't say gold versus
right.
platinum. I just said I think we need to go with 10K instead of 20K.
Well, what Mike was saying, he just wants to negotiate the total value of all of it first, and then to figure out how it's delivered later.
That's not what he said. Before he said you need to break out how much of that you want in cash and how
Yeah,
much you
he
want of
did
that
say
in
that.
products
He
and
did say that.
services.
Right. The cash is okay. Let me rephrase it. Break out how much you want in physical items versus how much you want in services.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now, I'm hearing 20,000 gold pieces worth of physical items and
Well,
30,000 worth of service.
except for Brad wants to take up 20,000 of that in one item for himself. I mean,
Well,
that's right. I
that's
do.
between that's the party's problem,
Yeah.
not mine.
Yeah, exactly. So,
That part I'm not going to negotiate. That's
yeah, I know.
Okay. So I would say that if we use 10,000 in services,
Yeah, okay.
I would be stunned.
Yep.
That anything more than, asking for 10,000 in future services, likely we'll never be able to use those up.
Okay.
I mean, the resurrection would be like at least like around that ballpark anyway, right? If in case we ever needed one.
Yeah. My guess is that if it comes up, well,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, to me, I think that because Emiko is kind of low on the totem pole with
right.
the church, at least at this point. I think that the most important ones, as far as services, would be either something like a resurrection, possibly, and also a full restoration if that issue should come up.
Yeah.
And I know restoration is not cheap either.
That's about 1,250 to 2,000, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think
there's less arrest. There's also removing curses and,
Yeah.
and a few other
Yeah.
things.
There's like healing level drains. I will also throw out, because 3 of the 4 party members are somewhat high on the religion scale, and basically everybody but Hugo. There is also the expectation that you would be tithing or giving to the church in some way,
Yeah.
especially for a paladin.
Yeah.
Less so for a cleric, less so even more for a wizard who is attached to the temple. But there is still that kind of expectation of
Be in good standing with the church.
You receive
Sure.
the blessing. You've been blessed. You've been taken care of. You've been trained.
Well, that's partially what we're asking here, is that we be
right. But
we
I'm saying it would be
on
a
that
different
list
church.
Oh, well, that we're on that list of favorable people for the Church of Mistra.
Correct.
Yes.
For the Church of Mistra. I'm just throwing out that doesn't do anything for the Church of Soon or the Church of Horus Ra.
It doesn't, but the problem right now is that
No. I get it.
so low on the totem pole
This
that
is
it's gonna
just
be a
me
while
throwing
before she
out,
can
reminding.
do that.
No, totally. I'm
Yeah.
just throwing out to remind those of you that have backstories tied to the church.
Yep.
The church wants to get its beak wet. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Oh, sure.
no, we're cutting a deal with him here. We're not.
So
we're not.
You are.
So
we're not
so what's
agreeing to be
the
worshipers of Ilmet or Mistra or whatever the hell it is.
so what is their
We're doing a business deal.
So
We're
they're
not
going to come back and they're
converting.
going to say 2020.
20? So 40,000.
Yes.
20,000 in services and 20,000 in items, I think is what they're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds pretty good, guys.
I mean, 20,000 in services.
On round 3 of negotiations, do you try for another round?
Or did we say
20,000 in services could be valuable.
Yeah, but you guys said 10,000 in services and 30,000 in goods, right?
I know. I said 10,000 in cash.
You meant
10,000
in
in
cash.
cash and the rest in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we could do 10,000 in cash and 10,000 in cash and the rest in goods and services. That they might like that better. They might like that better.
10,000 in cash and then
if we do
30,000 in
10,000
services.
No. How about 10,000 in cash and 40,000 in goods and services?
Oh no. We're on to the next round where he countered offered 40.
I
Yeah,
realize
so-
that. I realize that,
is-
but I'm holding firm to where I'm at. If I
right.
don't, then
Okay.
then you
Well,
know, then he
I mean,
can
if we're
counter
getting
with
20,000 in cash or
we
or
can't
stuff
carry. Yeah, I would take
and
10,000 in cash.
20,000 in services, I think that would be more reasonable than asking for 10,000 in cash and then the rest in services.
I mean, in services
Huh?
means that it's just on the books. It's not that they have to pay out 10,000.
Right.
They have to pay
That's
out
what I'm
20,000.
saying is if we get 20,000 in services and then 20,000 in stuff, which could be cash or stuff, I think that
No.
would be.
And
No, it's
technically,
products.
I will include things like holy symbols, holy water
Right.
as a
Yeah.
service, even though it is physical.
But it's still products and services. So we're getting 10,000 in cash. Or what did he say? He said 20,000 in
He
Yeah, he
cash.
said
said
20,000
2020.
cash and 2020. So I'm saying 10
Let's
and
do-
I'm saying
let-
10 and 40.
You're saying 40,000 in services?
Goods and
No, no.
services.
10 in
Yeah,
cash,
products and
10
services. Uh-huh.
in cash, 10
Uh-huh.
in physical
Right.
coins,
In money. Uh-huh.
and then the rest,
Mhm.
40,000 in on the book stuff that we will come and say this is what I would like.
Meaning services or goods or both.
Yeah, either or. I mean, so we're
Wasn't
lessening.
that our last offer though? That was our last offer.
I think wasn't that our last offer?
I think it wasn't
Yeah,
it
that was our
very
last
cheap.
Your
offer.
last offer was for seven. No, that was you gave it to me in platinum pieces.
Yeah.
So,
So we said 20,000 in platinum pieces before, didn't we? See, 5.
yeah, I
10,
think that's what you
15,
wanted
20.
originally.
So that was it was 2,000 in platinum pieces. So
Okay.
which would
So
be
then
20,000.
what Matt's saying is a lesser offer because we're offering to take less cash and more products and services.
Right.
Yeah.
So that'd be less off the books.
But a higher total value.
No, same
Right.
total value.
No, it's the same total value.
total value.
At a higher than what they offered, but still the same total value.
Right.
Right. They're just
Yeah.
less off the books.
He's staying firm on his total, but he's changing how it's delivered.
Yes.
Right.
So cash off the books that they have to pony up is 10 instead of 20, and the rest is goods and services to be delivered.
All right, you ready to roll?
I am. Yeah. I got to get my character back up.
All right.
All right, here we go. Let me put the box back up. All right. Cross fingers.
Hey, why don't you use your inspiration?
Yeah, you could do that. Can I do that?
Yeah, you can do it.
All right, here we go. Boom. And
This is very exciting.
Persuasion and
Oh,
boom.
roll. Oh, I stupid. I clicked.
Ah,
Really?
Did you see this coming? So if I rolled a 15, it'd be 15 plus 5, it'd be 20. Oh, I don't need it. No, I do need it. Yeah. Did you see this coming?
Where does he get a +9 to his persuade?
He is old and he has expertise in it.
Okay. Did you see this coming? And I rolled a 15. That would give me a 20.
I can't do that. I can't do that after you roll the dice.
Oh.
Yeah,
I thought you did every time.
His portents can only come before you roll the dice.
I see. I got you.
Oh man.
Well, and he already used his 6, right?
Yep. That's why I
He
said
did.
if I rolled a 15, then I would have been a 20.
Right.
All right.
Yes. Howard did burn his 6, which is why I didn't need to roll the last round.
All right.
There was no point. It was a 6.
Right.
So you wanted 10 and
cash.
40.
Yeah, 10 and 40. So now is it going to be 10 and 30?
He's like, oh, this is such a difficult time.
Uh-oh.
I will give you 10,000 in goods and 35 in services.
Oh.
Wait,
10,000 in goods and 35 in services.
No, no, no,
Which is what-
no. He said 10 in. Didn't you say mean 10 in cash and 35 in
Yes.
services? Yeah, that's what he meant.
Yes.
So we're technically we're making some ground. He met us right where we really wanted to be. That's 45.
Is it services and or goods and services? Because that it makes a difference.
Well, I say services. It's anything like spells, blessings, holy water.
Items.
Magic items.
No, that would
Yeah,
be
see?
the
See?
Yeah.
physical
Yeah.
items.
See?
Yeah.
I
Physical
told you, you guys
items.
have been talking at different.
Yeah.
You
See,
guys are
that's
talking
where
different
you
languages.
Yeah, that's where you
All
left
right,
out
let,
right there.
let me rephrase again. Physical items is things that you're going to walk out with.
Okay.
Goods and services are anything that the church would normally provide as a goods
Right.
and service, not
Right.
as a
Well, we don't need-
general store.
Okay. I got
Right.
you.
So
I got you.
We don't
goods
need
and
their-
services are spells, healing.
Well, then I would
potions.
I would have rather had the 20 and 20. But
Well,
okay.
then you
Yeah, the
didn't
35
you negotiated away
35,000.
from it.
Right. Which is why I was trying to say, let's just take that.
that's where I was at before. So
Yeah, well, I guess that
In
totally
light
changed.
of
'Cause
this,
when we first
do you
started
want
talking
the
about it,
20
that
that
was
he
products
offered
and
last time?
services.
okay.
And then it turns around and it's something different now. So
So,
Okay.
considering that miscommunication, do you want to go back to the 2020 that he offered previously?
I would.
yeah, more so. I don't think I don't know what things you want to get from the temple. I have no idea what that would cost. I mean, I understand we talked about resurrection and raising the dead and all that.
Remove
The goods
curse.
and services, remove curse,
Res-
resurrections,
Imagine,
removing level drains.
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
I can't
Beth
imagine
Ward.
that we need 20K in credit with these guys for that. I mean,
Well, I mean, 10,000
Oh.
is resurrection, so
Yep.
Yeah.
I think
it-
20,000 is reasonable.
All right. So
it's two extra lives.
I understand it is very difficult times, and I actually I totally agree with many of the things that you've said here, and I'm actually on your side on this one. But I think that if we 20,000 in physical goods and 20,000 in services, I think would be very reasonable.
All
Yeah.
right.
As do I.
Yeah. So
okay,
say we
so
all.
how about this? Here's another thought now. So since we got him to a number we're pretty comfortable with, right?
Yep.
Let's turn around now and offer him that other potion we have for double the price.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Bad move.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
I
we
wouldn't
need
do
to.
that.
I think we need to.
I wouldn't mention it at all.
Yeah, I think we should just shore this up because the
Yep.
thing is that
I
if
could
he
just
knows,
see Sensei starting to say something and everybody just
Yeah.
slapping.
no, because
I'm
if he knows
gonna
we
put
have
my arm
another
around
one,
him and
that
walk him around,
devalues-
and
that devalues our loss. Like if he knows we have another one, then he's gonna be like, "Well, I don't need to give you 40,000 of stuff because you have another one."
Sure he does,
So-
because we gave him one of those and he lost it.
Right, but
And that's
He
the
what
could-
fact
I
that
think
we
he
have
could turn
others-
around and say,
I think we need to recover that other one.
yeah, our loss is not as great because there's two
well,
others.
well, all right. I should point out that if we do recover that other one, they're going to consider it to be church property.
That's fine.
We already said that was we would
Yeah,
give them
no, that's
consideration.
fine. Right.
And he's getting a deal on this one, the one we're offering him, because we're selling it to him at less than market value, because what he's paying us for is the lost the price.
I will throw out that market value literally means what the market is willing to pay.
Yep.
An item that is hunted by a cult that burns down districts and assassinates priests in the temple, not as high a market value as you'd think.
Well, okay, how
Well-
about this? 40K for something he doesn't have in hand. And 40K for something he does have in hand. I don't see how that's less value than
I think
him
I think
paying
we
us
need to. I
40K
think
for
we
a
need
potion he
to.
no longer has.
I think we need to. I think we need to conclude our business with him, and
Yeah.
then we need
No,
to
because
come
well,
back.
here's the thing though. If we walk out of here, right, we take the deal and we walk out of here, and then we come back later and we want to try and sell him a potion, he's going to assume that potion is the one that was stolen from the church.
What's not? He's going to think that right now. If I pull one out of my
No.
if Anna pulls one out of her pocket.
No, we can certainly convince him of the fact that we just didn't tell him about the other two. But we're not. I guarantee you, we're not going to be able to.
I feel like we'll be at a
sell a
disadvantage
second
if we
one,
try to
a
sell
second one to
second
them.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. After all this negotiation.
Yeah, I feel like we would definitely be at a disadvantage.
I think they would.
I don't
There's
see
something
why
that tells me
this
that
guy
we're
is
gonna need
offering us
those.
40K for a potion he no longer has.
Yeah.
And we
I think we
take
need
that
to-
deal and we say, hey, we'll give you the same deal for a potion you now have. I don't see how that's a lesser value. I think he's getting the second potion for a bargain price.
Well, the
I'm not sure that
problem
he
is
wants
that,
it.
Yeah, I don't think.
well,
I don't think that. I think
Well, we can ask him, but I bet he does. If he
well,
wanted the first one, I bet he wants the second one.
If we reveal that we have 2 more doses, we are going to.
Let's say we reveal we have 2. We just tell him we have 1.
I still feel we're going to be devaluing our loss if we tell him that we have another one.
Yep.
Because the
I
thing
don't think
is
that's
right now
true.
he's paying us because he thinks this is our precious, and that's why he's giving us this.
He's paying us because he had a valuable item of ours and it's no
And it's
longer there.
lost, and he thinks that that was the one that we had. Versus if we whoop out 2 more, then he's gonna be like, "Well, what am I paying you this much money for? You have 2 other ones." You see what I'm saying? That's my
Well,
concern.
we're not telling him we have 2 others. We're telling him we have 1, right?
Even
And
so,
look, guys, we're running out of people to sell this to and time to sell it to them, right? I mean, we're getting chased in the streets, fighting a couple times just to move a few blocks down the street.
yeah,
So
but
You also
we
need to
find a
understand that
buyer.
we have business to conclude with the Church of Ilmater and the Church of Set, and these 2 things not only represent a monetary value, but also leverage. And if we don't have that anymore, we lose that leverage.
We don't have. We're barely staying alive. We wouldn't have won that last encounter if the negotiators for the Church of Ilmater hadn't been around at the exact time that the worshippers of Set showed up.
Right,
I'm not saying fire sale, but I'm saying this is one of the few customers in town who has the ability to give us a reasonable facsimile of what these things are worth. Other than that, the only other potential customer we have is the Church of Ilmater, and you don't want to go there and that be the only place you have to move 2 potions.
Well, we're not just necessarily trying to sell potions. We're also trying to basically buy our freedom out of this whole mess. And if the Church of Ilmater thinks that we are a liability, and those potions are our leverage to negotiate with them in good faith, and we give those away or sell those, they might go ahead and say, well, we need to cut losses and make sure these people can never talk.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Dude, we're going to face that even after we sell it to them.
Matt needs to roll a stealth roll.
There's no difference there, right? We don't have any leverage. What leverage do we have that we were going to leak that they were involved in it?
Go ahead and roll some advantage, Matt.
If we negotiate with them in good faith,
which they don't know that we have 2 potions left.
They seem to know a whole lot more about what's going on than we do. They knew to come to us before we even knew that they were in the game.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And I got the impression
I still don't see why we have.
I got the impression that they didn't immediately attack us on the assumption that we would negotiate with them in good faith. And if we show up there and we don't have those potions at the rendezvous at the docks, we might not be fighting Set anymore. We might be fighting Ilmater and Set at that point, and that would be a really bad situation to be in.
I don't see where. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't agree with the fact that we have to bring both potions to Ilmater.
They know that we have them. They knew that we had them before we walked in the building.
They know we have a potion.
Guys, I have some additional information which I just acquired.
Oh.
It's of a very disturbing nature to Hugo.
Uh-oh.
The potion. I don't know how to put this. It's a distillation of a soul. It is a soul. There is a person.
Oh my God.
In this bottle. There's a person's soul in this bottle.
Oh my God.
It's in this. It's in the notes. I just read the notes. That's what my stealth roll is about, by the way.
You were checking the notes?
I was reading their notes, their study notes. He left them out. On
He was letting you guys distract with your.
Yeah. Then he was like,
I was reading their notes while you guys were.
They were copying them.
Yeah. While we were yelling at each other, he went and looked at their notes on the DL.
I believe that the alchemist is in the bottle.
Oh my God.
Okay, whatever.
I'm just saying, I think we need to recover this potion and recover the soul somehow.
Why? The guy is evil. The girl.
No.
Whoever created the boat.
I don't. I think we need. It's a soul. How can we sell a soul? We're selling a soul. I can't sell a soul. I can't. I just can't.
So we're going to back out on the deal?
No. I take recompense. We need to get paid for the services that we've already rendered and everything else, and we need to get the heck out of here because they don't know that.
I think that was Hugo saying, "No, don't go so fast."
No. Yeah, we need to walk out of here with something. But what I'm telling you is that I'm not willing to give them another part of this person's soul.
Well, that's exactly what you're doing. You're selling this person's soul.
We're going to recover. I don't know. We're going to recover the other part of that soul, whatever it is.
Well, if we recover it, we have to give it back to these guys. That's the deal we cut with them.
Look, we need to get what we got.
You're a very odd paladin of Ra.
We need to get what we came for, and we need to get the heck out of here. And we need to find out what's going on because there's more at play here than we realize. There's a soul in a bottle, and their notes confirm it. My suspicion. I didn't want to read that. I didn't want to say that out loud before, but I believe that this, whatever ritual was performed, that this alchemist who was being used to create this potion was actually being used to be put into the soul, put into the potion. That's my theory. And their notes confirm that the soul was not consumed, but distilled and put in this potion.
As the DM, I'm just going to remind, especially Hugo, since he's got Sage, the notes from the alchemist did detail about how they would feel like they were giving up parts of their soul the closer that they got to it.
Yeah.
That was explicit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're not selling the potion at this point. We're getting compensated for the fact that the church lost our potion.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So he's okay with the compensation. He just doesn't want to sell more of it, is what he's trying to say. At least that's my understanding.
Because we walk out of here.
We're selling it because we're agreeing to bring it back to this Temple of Mystra if we find it.
If we find it.
So you're okay with selling the soul,
They don't have it.
No, that's incongruent. That doesn't work, dude. That doesn't work.
Maybe-
You're either by your alignment opposed to selling this a portion of a person's soul.
I am opposed to someone giving up their soul here and selling it. I am not opposed to getting recompense from the church who lost this soul,
Yeah.
even though they knew that that's what it was, because clearly the notes state that they knew that's what it was and they lost it.
But you have no problem agreeing to bring that piece of soul back to the church
And they're
by,
going
by
and
taking
to
this
get
money.
and to get it restored. I've changed my mind on what our course of action will be after we leave here, based off this information that I
Well,
just got.
What it's for the party to decide, not for you to decide. So,
Well,
um,
it is, and it isn't. I am not willing to I'm willing to do this deal because we need to move on down the road. Okay? I'm just telling you, I just got information that tells me what we need to do moving forward. I'm perfectly fine with doing this deal. I have no problem with that. I'm just telling you, as Hugo, I'm perfectly fine doing this deal and moving.
It sounds like basically Hugo is taking this deal as what do they call it? Blood money, recompense.
We gotta move on down the road, and we gotta finance the next part of our operation. And the next part of our operation is we need to recover that other one and be done with this. Somehow get out of this where we're not, we restore, put it to rest. I don't care. We pour it in the ocean. I don't give a damn. We just need to get rid of it. This needs
well, if
to
you
not
want to
be
get
in the
rid of
hands
it, let's sell all of it to these guys.
No, because it's obviously caused so much commotion at this point. We need to put it to rest. I'm not selling. I'm not selling another dose of this. Just not doing it.
Well, I would also suggest that it sounds as though the cult of Set wants to use this potion to bring Set back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my guess.
And
so we can't let that happen.
So,
well, we
Brad,
don't know.
if you turn around and sell this, you turn around and sell this to the Church of Mystra, and somehow those 3 potions wind up with the cult, then by selling those potions, you will, in some way, contributed to the return of Set.
Could be, yeah. So let's do this deal. Let's get it done with, and let's find out where this went to.
If we're going to do this deal, we're going to have to renegotiate it now because we're not going to sell them the soul. So we're going to have to tell them, hey, we're going to go try and find this other potion.
I already told them that. That's how I opened up the negotiations.
No, I didn't hear that.
I heard that it was in your words, Brad, you broke it, you bought it type negotiation.
That's right. No, that's right.
There wasn't any word about returning a potion if you find more.
Well, I said something along that line.
We specifically covered that. Was that if you go out and find it now you have to return it because we're paying. Because I think you said that, Mike. As a matter of fact, I think you specifically said
that. I said that, but that's before. That's before I knew that the potion, can no longer be treated as property.
Yeah. So I don't think that they, I don't feel like everybody's. I think they're not being honest in a way, but maybe they just, maybe they believe we're not being honest. I don't know. They know at this point, they believe that we don't know what it is, that it's just still a potion, that we believe it's still a potion, and maybe they have altruistic motives. I don't know. But I think it's our duty to reunite all pieces of this soul and then find a way to undo it, so that it doesn't exist at all. I mean, either the soul is returned to its owner and that person is restored, or the person is put to rest.
Well, that person is a Set worshiper. I'm not restoring his soul.
No, it specifically states in there that they're not a worshiper of Set. If anything, they're a worshiper of Ilmater.
they made a deal with Set.
It doesn't say that in there. It says that they
We
were.
just talked about that.
Yeah.
We just talked about the fact that they had to do some deal with Set, and that it drained away parts of their soul.
Yeah. Well, then we need to lay the soul to rest so that Set can't use it. Then that's the whole thing there.
Don't get me wrong. I'm all for going and finding this cult of Set and killing everybody there and taking this potion of healing before they can give it to their to heal Set. But I'm not doing it because I want to reunite a soul or anything.
Okay.
And I sure as shit don't want it to cut in the way of me getting more tools and abilities to kill more Set people.
Yep. Well, I got you. But I think we need to cut. I think we need to conclude this deal, and then move on and find it and find out where it went. Because I think any amount of time we spend here is time that we are not able to find where it went.
The other part of that is I don't understand how you could take, if you can't sell a soul, I don't understand how you could take recompense here.
I walk over to him. I'm going to walk over to him, and
Okay.
I think we need to conclude what's going on here, and I think you and I will have, a relationship here in the future, because I think we need to find out what the
You're talking to Remendi.
Yeah, we need to find out what the cult of Set is up to, and clearly they've made an attack on the Church of Mistra. They've made an attack on us. They've destroyed our headquarters. So I'm sure that we will all have worked together.
Yeah, Remendi nods along, saying, "Oh yes, there's work in that department to be done."
And I don't know how far up in the Church of Mistra is Remendi. Do we know?
He's
In the
up there.
overall church, I don't have an org chart of everybody in it, but at least for Waterdeep Church, he's up in the top 10.
Okay. So in the future, what would be your interest in any of this if we were able to recover it? I'm wanting to know.
Recover the potion?
Uh-huh.
Well, we would want to study it first. It is a curious thing.
It's much
Magic and souls.
Of course.
He says souls.
Soul, sorry. Magic and soul, but that doesn't come out right, so I said souls.
Yeah, all right, but he actually said, so he's openly now saying that it involves souls.
That was me hearing you guys go about it for too long. No. This is what happens when I listen to the party argue back and forth for half an hour. I got to reset back. What was the question again?
We have more business together, obviously.
Right. Yes. Because the attack on the church and the members of the church cannot be allowed to stand. So yes, of course, Mistra will find a way to answer for it.
If we are able to recover this, and you wish to study this more.
Studying it more would be interesting to learn more about the magics involved and the particular flavors of necromancy involved in its creation, but it is of no particular interest to us beyond the academic interest, of course, and the fact that clearly the cult of Set is very eager to get this for whatever reason.
So you're not interested in the physical specimen per se? What? I don't understand, I guess.
Well, to study it, of course.
Okay. It seems very dangerous to possess.
I agree. We would have to think carefully before taking possession of such an item, but there is certainly an academic and research aspect to this that would be most intriguing.
I see.
Magic in all its forms is of great interest to the church, after all. That includes alchemy.
So we could safely say at the conclusion of today that we would be in a relationship as far as between our party and the Church of Mistra.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could say that.
Okay.
Well, I already have a relationship with the
Well,
Church of
yes,
Mistra.
I'm talking as the group.
Yes,
Corporately.
We all know Dwayne has a deep personal relationship with the church. You go around on your non-adventuring days knocking on doors saying, "Have you heard of the Church of Mistra? Did you know that she once died as an alien strapped to a volcano?"
So if we were able to recover if there were more than one of these out there, would you be interested in those items as well?
Potentially.
Potentially.
The circumstances are fluid as always.
Okay, I got you. All right.
If possessing the item also involved a full out war, we are not prepared for such a thing.
Okay. All right. So I'll discuss it with the party. That kind of answers our question, guys, that he necessarily would not want to take possession of it at this time. So we need to take our recompense and use that to finance our endeavors here in the future, so that we don't walk away without anything at all, and recover the rest of it and destroy it or unite it or whatever we do at that point. Okay.
Yep.
All right, so you're taking the 2020, right?
Is everybody in agreement?
Just because
2020?
it's been ranging everywhere. And
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure I keep
All right,
it straight.
2020.
Yeah, I believe.
All right. It's written.
All right.
Do you guys?
We lost
Oh.
you. We lost you.
There was a list of items, if I recall.
Brad?
I think Howard mentioned that, or Brad mentioned that.
Yeah.
I made note of the wands.
Yep. And Brad?
Because
you
Just
wanted
the
to-
wands.
Just the wands.
Well, I asked about the wands.
Yep.
Right.
Brad?
Well, you've got a total of 20K.
Magic items,
Is the party getting items, or is Sese getting an item?
No.
This is where you go.
No,
This is where you go shopping for your sword, man.
yeah, well, it wasn't really the sword I was looking for, but
Oh.
doesn't hurt.
I'll be right back.
Yep.
What's
My attention.
what's the
What's up?
divvy between us?
Well, it's 20K total. The divvy between the party members, if you go even, of course, is 5K. But it's up to you guys if you wanted to have somebody take less and somebody else get more. That's party business. And we'll just assume that if there's anything left over, you can get it in like healing potions, and I'll even round up. So if you've only got like 30 left over at the end, you can take it as cash, or you can get it as healing potions, or however you want to do it.
How much do wands generally cost?
Depends on the wand. It
Like-
really does.
Like if we were to get like a cure. Wait, what is my skill level? Is my skill level light wounds, or is that where my
Your healing ability, it's probably light wounds.
yeah? What would that cost?
Like a wand of cure light wounds.
Mm.
Wait, you're level 3?
Yeah,
Isn't there
Yeah.
a cure moderate wounds?
not yet. I'm that's above my pay grade.
Above your pay grade.
Oh, is that a 3rd level spell?
I think so.
Well, let's see. There's an amulet of health that makes your constitution 19.
Yikes.
I think you're thinking of the staff of healing,
Ooh, yeah. Oh, golly.
which is very similar to a wand. It has 10 charges. You use an action to spend one or more charge to cast the following spells, and the cost varies depending on the spell, but it's cure wounds, it's lesser restoration, or mass cure wounds.
And how much is that?
That one's 10 grand.
Wow. And that's just for 10 charges?
It recharges
sorry.
daily.
Oh,
So wands and staffs and those items, they don't have a limited number of charges total. They have a number of charges it has, and a max charges it can hold. So wands typically, I think, hold 7 charges, and you'll get like 1d6 charges back per day. So the wand never totally empties, except it can be destroyed if you empty the whole wand and then you roll a critical failure, and then the wand turns to
yeah,
dust.
of course.
Or it turns to dust. But it just keeps refilling, but it's got a small capacity.
So I just want to make sure that I understand. So for that kind of wand, it would be something where we could use it 7 times in one day, or use it one time?
Okay. So it starts with 10 charges, right? Cure wounds is 1 charge up to 4th level. Casting it at 4th level, that is.
Right.
Lesser restoration costs 2.
Okay.
Mass cure wounds costs 5.
Okay, that makes sense.
So you could use any combination up to and equal 10.
Then on
Then you're
long
done for the
rest,
day. A long rest later, you recover a d6 charges.
Okay.
So
you'll still
if you empty it out, it might take you 2 days to do that again.
Okay,
But
sure.
you'll have some charges to do like heal wounds and whatnot in between.
Okay.
Unless, like Howard said, if you roll somehow a critical failure or it otherwise gets destroyed, critical failures don't really apply to healing. But if you did something that caused it to be destroyed, then of course it's gone.
well, if you empty the wand, you roll a d20, and if
Right.
you roll a 1, the wand's destroyed.
Oh.
So typically, you don't want to empty the wand unless you absolutely have to.
So
you
like
take
you
a
would
chance.
leave like a charge or whatever.
As long as
Always-
it's got as long as it's got a charge, you're fine.
Right.
Okay. All right, and that one is 10,000.
10 grand.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
How
I
about-
don't know. I mean, I think just for practical purposes, I think that it would be a good thing for our party to have that as a backup, because
I mean,
last
if you
time,
wanted to shoot your whole thing, you could get a Vorpal sword for 20.
That would be badass.
you know,
Like
Because
Sensei with a
Does-
Vorpal sword would be like.
no, because the last time, I almost ran out of spells, so it'd be nice to have a wand sort of as a backup option in case, I mean, but I know that that's
Yeah.
more than my
Well,
share.
I will throw out, just like the name implies, that mass cure wounds is a group. It's an area effect healing.
Is it like the mass cure wounds though? Isn't it like for like a mass like light one?
I don't.
It's
Mass
cure.
cure,
It's cure.
mass cure wounds. You choose up to 6 people within a 30-foot radius, centered on the target of the spell. Everyone gets 3d8 plus your spellcasting ability.
Whoa.
So you could heal the entire party.
Oh, okay.
It's
That's
a
a lot of
healing
healing.
burst.
And that one it would take up 5 of the 7
Correct.
charges.
Correct.
5 of the 10. It has 10
5 of
charges,
10.
right?
Yes.
Okay, 5 of 10. All right. So, I mean, I know that the 10,000 is more than my share, but I feel like this would be a good investment for us. Especially restoration is always good to have.
Oh yeah.
Cure mass cure wounds. I think last time it could have came in handy. So I don't know if you guys would be okay with taking half of our coinage to invest in a wand.
How much is the wand of fireballs?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a necklace of fireballs. You want the wand of fireballs.
It might be the wand of fire.
A wand of fireballs is 40 grand.
Oh my god.
Yikes!
Yeah, we're not getting that.
All right,
Not getting that. No.
Never mind.
What about that necklace?
Depends on how many beads you want on it. The max it can go is 6 beads with 6 uses. Is 6 grand.
And that's those beads don't ever come back.
Correct.
Oh man.
So that's the equivalent of 6 spell scrolls of fireball, which would probably be a lot less than 6 grand.
On the plus side, anyone can use the necklace.
Right. That's the big advantage. Paladin can cast a fireball with a necklace.
Yeah, but we're not.
I mean,
No.
your party already has a reputation for burning down districts, so you might as well
I'm
lean
just-
into it.
I'm just looking at the items that are available.
Yeah, no, I'm just teasing you.
If anybody's interested, the Rams won.
Yeah, I've been
Oh.
watching.
The Rams.
You mean the team with a tepid fan base that really doesn't care if they go to the Super Bowl?
That's right. Well, you know how LA is now that they're winning.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
So-
just what I was
So
going to
next
say.
year they'll have 50,000 fans that they didn't have last year, just
Right.
because they went to the Super
Maybe.
Bowl.
It depends on how they did do in the season. Those
Right.
50,000 may go south if they don't keep winning because LA only likes winners.
All right, so Sesay's interested in a sword.
like
Amiko's
any
making a-
particular type of sword, or
Well,
just
just
like a
going
plus
off of
one,
what,
or
Anything
just
for
going
smite
off of
evil?
what was.
slay evil?
Slay evil.
That might be out of your budget.
I'll be right back.
So just going off of the list you gave us, however many sessions ago.
Yeah,
That had
I'm
a
willing
plus
to
one.
expand that just because I don't have that list anymore on my end.
Well, I'll go with what you gave us.
Alright.
The
Did it give
stuff that I.
prices?
No, no.
All right, so
Right.
you tell me what you want, and I'll look up the price real quick.
So, and I'm not sure how we're going to do this. What I'd like to do is get that log sword and the animated shield, which would come up based on what I have would come up as 8,300. But I don't know with
So
the
an
way we
animated
have.
shield is 6, and then what was the sword? Was just a sword plus 1 or something?
Uh-huh.
That sounds pretty bright.
So I would, be willing to take less gold in order to
I
get.
don't think that there's going to be a whole lot of gold left at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
end of this.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it.
Are we not going with 5 and 5 for everybody?
Well, I
Five.
mean, that's what Aaron was talking about. Nobody said no, but it's not a done deal. She
Yeah.
was talking about getting that rod of healing because it benefits the party, but it's 10 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be half
kinda,
of our
So
kinda
amount.
rough
if
right
she
there.
gets 10
Yeah.
grand and you
No,
get,
that's fine. Yeah, no, that's fine.
what'd you say,
That's fine.
87?
83. No, that's fine.
83. So there
So
would be,
I just take the sword then,
all right.
if that's all right with everybody. Again, I don't have to have that if if there's more powerful
We-
magic stuff out there. It's only a +1 sword, so
What's the plus
So it's
one sword cost?
2300.
2,300.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's reasonable.
What about a plus 2 sword?
Yeah,
What's
but
a
I
plus
mean,
2 sword cost?
Good luck.
well, they didn't have one.
Oh.
They just had the
Oh,
+1
I
sword.
didn't. Maybe I'm missing where this list is.
It was
Well,
from several sessions ago, and I
Yeah,
don't even have it
way-
anymore. So
yeah,
I'm
it's way
just
long
kind
ago.
of counting on
Oh, okay.
better note takers than I.
Yep.
Yeah, for this stuff, they had a. Let's see, the stuff I had that I thought that was at least of interest was there's an oath bow, um, a trident of fish command, a sentinel shield, which is out of our price range, and animated shield, which is out of our price range. Elven chainmail, +1 elven chainmail.
That cost.
That's what I had written down. Those are all the things I had written down.
What's the +1 elven chainmail cost?
Oh no.
Looking. The elven chain is 12K.
Yeah. So
Well,
again,
like
probably
12,000.
Yes.
yeah.
12,000.
Elfin stuff is fancy.
Yeah, it is.
It's lightweight.
How could we ever achieve this? I mean, we just have to loot it.
So
That's the only.
So
deal.
elven chainmail, I think the elven equipment counts as one category at weight lower. So like
Yeah.
barbarians
be
can
an
only wear
elven.
medium armor,
Yeah.
but they could wear elven chainmail because it's heavy armor, but it's elven, so it counts as medium armor.
I think it also does not impose stealth penalties or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds
And
about
it's
right.
also naturally better. So elven chainmail is 1 AC better than regular chainmail.
Yeah, that sounds
It's
about right.
it's good shit.
Yeah, that's why it's more costly.
We're
That's
only
why
going
it's
to be
more
able to get it if it drops. As a
You need a rare loot.
yeah, need rare loot drop. Yep. Okay.
We'll just have to start attacking elves till we
So,
find
I'm
them.
gonna first off say,
We need to
has the
we need to
party
start
committed
targeting
to the rod
elves.
of healing? Has the party committed to the rod of healing?
Yeah,
I-
I think
I-
so. Don't you guys?
I think that makes sense in terms of supporting the total party.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the sword.
Well, I think the sword's reasonable.
Well, are there other magic? I think that rod of healing would be very useful. Are there other magic items that would be more useful than a +1 sword?
Depends on what you consider to be useful.
Well,
Well, yeah, obviously, but
I
You can
agree.
get a
I
mace of
mean-
disruption for 10 grand.
what?
You can get a mace of disruption for 10 grand.
What's that do?
It's
That
for
one
fighting
blows
undead.
up. Yeah, it blows up undead.
Oh. I mean, anything that makes our tank more tanky. I mean,
So defensive stuff.
But it sounds to me like all of that crap is like ridiculously expensive, even for a +1 suit of
You
armor.
could get away with a breastplate +1.
How much is that?
Let's see. It depends. The price isn't too bad. The price is 7,500.
And what would that do?
Make our tank more tanky.
Pretty much.
yeah, that's too much though. That's that'd be nobody else would get anything.
Well, they
That's
would
all
just
right.
hide behind you in combat and let you soak the damage.
Well, they're going to do that. They're going to do that anyway.
They're going to do that anyway. There's a headband of intellect for only 7K. Makes your
Only
intelligence
7K.
19.
Only
Wow.
7K.
Ooh, that could be very helpful.
Suddenly, DeWinn's like, there's a scimitar of speed for 6.
Ooh, that's nice. Are you a scimitar guy?
Plus 2 attack and damage, and you can make an attack with your bonus action on each turn.
That sounds pretty damn tanky. Like, that sounds awesome tanky.
Now, how much is that thing?
That was, I lost it. It's on the list here.
He says like 10K. I'm gonna check.
6.
6. Hey, 6.
6 is reasonable, I think.
Sese with a scimitar
I'm
speed.
not sure. But a scimitar's what? 1d6?
I don't have the damage of a scimitar pulled up.
Yeah, I think it's 1d6. So.
Well, in this case, it would be a d6 plus 2 plus strength and proficiency and whatever else you've got.
The other thing I would say is, so the books are open here. We're kind of whatever we
for convenience of game mechanics, the books are open. This is summarizing a lot of back and forth.
What are the shields? What's the cost on some shields? Just plain plus shields.
A +1 shield is 300.
Yeah, I think we ought to. Yeah, how about a? Okay, yeah, that'd be like done.
Does that come with the symbol of Mystra on it?
It does.
I can graffiti that out. What's a +2?
The magic won't work if the symbol is covered.
Yeah.
What's a +2?
What does a +2 shield cost?
Uh-huh.
A +2 shield. Let's see here. A +2 shield is $3,000.
That's still reasonable.
Yeah, that's still reasonable.
It's a big jump, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's +2 though. More pluses, more money.
Yeah. I think I'd just stick with the longsword then.
All right, so it's a sword +1, right?
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
the sword +1 is not terribly expensive. A +1 weapon is 300.
Dude, your longsword is 1d8 slashing, and to go to a scimitar of speed with 1d6 slashing, plus you get a third attack.
Well, it's however many attacks he gets, plus he can attack with his bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that would be
So if he only gets 1 attack per round, then he gets the 1 attack plus his bonus action.
Okay.
As he levels up his paladin, he'll get extra attacks.
Okay. So
and then that will just add further.
Yeah. I understand.
It's very similar to how Conry works.
Oh, yeah. No.
So can he get like +1 heavy armor?
Does he want +1 heavy armor?
I don't know. I hadn't actually contemplated it. I've already got a disadvantage on stealth.
You're a paladin. When does stealth come into play?
True. Well,
paladins
it
usually show
does
up and announce their presence
before you go into a combat.
Well, I mean, if we're trying to sneak into the Temple of Set and I'm clinking and clanking everywhere.
I'm thinking a paladin of Horus Ra walking into the Temple of Set would be kind of an automatic, like
they have alarms for that kind of shit.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's something they specifically look for.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, most paladins kick in the front door and go, "I'm here, let's dance."
I will dance on all of you.
Yeah, especially if it's your sworn enemy.
Yep.
It kind of is, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that quote we used to have? For,
No need for stealth.
for riffs.
Well, what about chainmail, +1 chainmail?
Yeah, that'd be good.
I don't have that on this list. Second.
Almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah. It is rare. I'm gonna call it $3,000.
$3,000 is very reasonable.
What are you wearing now, Brad?
Chain.
Could be an upgrade
Oh.
for that. Okay.
There's a grimoire that can't be destroyed.
For more.
What is that?
The wizard's spell book.
Oh, how much is that?
I gotta look it up. I didn't know if you'd be interested.
There's a grimoire.
Yeah, I gotta find what exactly the name of it is.
So with +1 chainmail, would your AC then be without a shield 19 and then with the shield 20, or is it be 20 and 21?
Well, right now my armor class is 18
With a shield or without?
with a shield.
Is 18.
So with the +1, it would be 19
Right.
With a shield.
with a shield.
And we need to get you up.
And if you had a +1 chain and +1 shield, it would be a 20.
Yes, I think
That's
we need.
correct.
I think we need to do that.
Yeah.
I think we need to do that. At least.
The
At the very least.
+1 shield was only 300.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying. Is we need to get you to at least 20. I think.
Yeah. Well, that'd be
Be 21
1,000
would be
more than the sword.
21.
I that makes sense. I mean, it makes sense to me, but again, is nobody else taking magic items?
They're talking about the grimoire. So
Let's talk
Well,
about the grimoire.
let's see how much is left. Are you getting the chainmail and shield?
Well, the
Well, he was
shield
kind of going
definitely.
the other way around.
Sorry.
We'll do the shield definitely.
All right. Shield +1 for.
I mean, that's a steal. 300.
That's right. I agree. Anybody else use shields?
I
Am I
don't.
the only one in the party?
Yep, you're the only one.
And then are you
I
doing
mean,
the
I
chain?
could, but I don't.
Chain for 3K.
Man, sure you can't.
Well,
can't
you know,
do a
if
better
there's
deal on
nothing
that.
else-
Can I roll persuasion? I mean, I see.
haggle
I
on
mean,
the staff.
Yeah, there's a yeah. I can see a couple links here that look a little loose. Gonna have to get that
Dwayne,
patched up.
is there nothing you can use?
I can
we
use
can
I can use spell
So-
scrolls all day long.
Something we can bolster your capabilities with? Or your survival?
Yeah,
It's a ring of protection.
yeah. I was gonna say
A ring of protection.
Yeah, those are always good ones.
I mean, it'd be more than 300.
Ring of protections aren't cheap. They start at
yeah.
$9,000.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, because it's like.
Yeah,
It's ring form. It can stack to some degree.
Right. Well, and I think it helps you on saving throws too.
Does.
Right. So
Yes.
yeah, I can see why it's more expensive. Well, if I take those two things, that'll be 13,300, right? That's still 6,700 for folks to buy magical gear
Well,
with.
you've got 20 grand total. You spent 10K on the rod of healing, 300 for the shield. So you've spent 13. Sorry, 10,300.
Yeah. Be like, and then you got aren't we doing the chainmail?
I don't know.
What's Ring of Protection is 9K. That is crazy.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's stackable and it boosts your saving throws.
Yep.
So yeah, that's especially since it usually goes on the wizard who doesn't wear armor anyway.
Yeah.
That one extra point can be a big difference.
Well, I don't know if I should take the Elven or if I should take the chainmail because that's going to be a lot less money we get. You know what I mean? I guess we're still 6,700, right? Is what we had left over. Was it 20 and 20? Is right.
Right.
Yep.
So we'd have 6,700 left over to split 4 ways.
Well,
Well,
I-
not
I'd
for
prob-
4 ways. It wouldn't be 4. I
be
would
like,
say
yeah.
it'd be fair to just split it between.
You got 9,700 left.
So far, confirmed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
you got
no, that makes
9,700
sense.
left.
I see what you're saying, Aaron. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
So I'd say if Issese is going to take the armor also, then whatever is remaining, that would be between Hugo and Dwayne.
Yep. So after we get the armor, then we've got 6,700 left because that was 3K, right?
Correct.
Okay. I thought.
Are you going for the
I thought it
armor?
was 2,500. I'm pretty sure it was 2,500. Not really sure, but I'm sure 2,500. I don't know how many times I got to say that for imprint, but 2,500. Pretty sure it was 2,500.
Good try, but no.
2,500. Got it. All right, I'll put that down. 2,500.
Are you going to do the chainmail? I kind of want to get through this today.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't mind. I would like to get some gold though, because I'm out of gold.
Yep.
Okay.
Like out,
Well.
like 0.
Okay. Well, I need to know because.
Yeah.
You're going to take the chain.
Yeah. Because I should get like 5K, right?
We've got 6,700 left.
How much of that are you going to say? Went into supporting the party with the staff.
The staff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, we got 6,700 left.
You got 6,700 left.
To win.
How much is that book that we were looking at, Mike?
The book. Oh, the Grimoire.
What is
I haven't been able to find it. I thought it was in Tasha's, but I'm not finding it.
What's the advantage of the Grimoire?
It can't be destroyed.
There was one I can't find it now, but it was a Grimoire that basically it was a hardened Grimoire, so that it couldn't be easily destroyed. Right now, if DeWinn's spell book, his Grimoire gets destroyed, he's kind of screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He won't be able to have his spells.
So my spell book's actually made of metal. It's made of copper. Remember, mine are made of etchings, acid etchings on copper. So it's pretty hardy. That's
Copper
part
has
of
a
his...
reasonably low melting point.
Boy, I didn't say.
He's like,
Uh-oh.
He's like, yeah.
Uh-oh.
I didn't say it was indestructible.
Yeah, I know. I'm just teasing you.
But that's part of the flair that we created for him in terms of his whole divination kind of.
When he writes it down, he writes it down and for good.
Yeah, he etches it. He etches it in acid on these little copper sheets. He's kind of odd that way. The trick he learned from his master, that your spell book's not as vulnerable as typical parchment spell book.
Just hope no one breaks the vial of acid that you carry around to use for the etching.
Uh-oh.
Get hit and have that break on you.
Uh-oh.
Well, I thought he used a cantrip or something like that to.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever really determined it.
We never kind of went down that road, so we can work that out. So Brad wants a little
version of acid spray.
So Brad wants a little bit of walking around money.
Right. So how much walking around money are you cutting him in on? You got 67K, 6,700. Sorry.
I don't need much.
Here
So
you go,
if-
kid. 5 silver. Don't spend it all in one place.
100K maybe, or not 100K, 100 gold maybe.
I don't need much.
Yeah.
Just 100K, then I can go retire.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if does Emiko need a little bit of walk around cash too?
Well, given that so much was spent for the wand, I'm okay to not take any, because that was a lot to ask for.
Yeah, it's significant.
So I'd be inclined to take most of mine and spell scrolls. Mike, if you want to work that out later.
Well,
I'm
what I
sure
can
that-
do is are you gonna just so you got 6,700. You're gonna give how much to Brad?
Well, he said he wanted 100 to walk around with.
All right, taking 100 off for walking around money for Brad. Is Emiko getting any cash?
She's not going to ask for it because of the cost of the wand.
All right, so I'm assuming then that you've got 6,600 to split between Hugo and DeWin. Is this fair?
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Spell scrolls. For cantrips, it looks like it's 10. Is that right?
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah.
So what are we saying?
I see-
6,600.
Correct.
Okay.
That's to be split between you and DeWin. So it looks pretty cheap to start with.
Just
Seems like it's matching. So Howard was asking about costs for. So a
okay.
cantrip is 10.
I'll be right back then.
Yep. Yeah. So 10, 50, 300, 800, 2,000. You've got the chart, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So 50 for first level, 300 for second level.
Yeah. Yep. You got it. So it sounds like we're just going to split the money in half.
What would be the cost of trade scrolls?
Trade scrolls.
So trade scrolls are where a wizard is able to copy the spell, but the scroll cannot cast the magic. So it's usually a lesser cost for writing your spell into a spell book, but you can't cast from a trade scroll. You can only copy to your spell.
Don't have that information. Is that something in the DMG or something?
I don't know.
Because on Beyond, it's just here's the cost for scrolls.
Well, all right. So it might be something where you pay a fee to another wizard to basically be allowed to study from his book, so you can copy his spell.
All right. Well, what we can do is that I'll have to look it up. I don't have it handy, but you've got your half, which is 3,300 to get scrolls or to buy spells. Sounds
Right.
like you're wanting to increase your spell book rather than
Yeah.
get scrolls. So
Yeah.
we'll work that out after. Is that fair?
Okay.
So
That's
if
fair.
you would mark down 3,300 worth of TBD spells, just so that we know what you're working with and what you're going to do with it, we can work that out between now and the next game. Fair? All right, Matt.
Audio.
Yeah.
You have 3,300.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do? You're the last one.
Okay, there we go. I lost audio for the last 40 seconds or so,
Oh, okay.
so I have no idea what you just said.
I'm trying to get Matt to pick.
Okay.
If you go all the way up, like max cost, you can get things like a ring of jumping. 3,000 will get you an Ion Stone of Regeneration. Dagger of Venom. Who is texting me? Or is it just telling me? Okay. No, you cannot have the Batcave. 2,000 will get you a Flame Tongue.
What is that?
It's a flaming sword.
Oh,
I think it does an extra point of fire damage every time it hits.
And
Oh,
you can
sick.
get Goggles of Night for $2,000.
Who?
Night vision goggles.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh,
Did you see the other thing
$2,000.
I was looking at?
Not right now.
To be determined, then, I guess. I don't know. I honestly don't know. You know, boots of sprinting and striding, boots of elven kind. I don't know what that cost.
Elvenkind are expensive.
Elvenkind are expensive. You can get a cloak of Elvenkind for $1,000.
Yeah, cloak of the bat.
That's Ray's thing, man.
Oh, that's Ray's thing. Okay. What? I can't remember what the effects of the cloak of elvenkind is.
Helps with your stealth.
Right.
Yeah. Cloak of the Bat's $11,000.
Oh God, yeah, no. Any charisma items?
Charisma items.
Yeah.
Let's see. Got to go down to your price range. There's something called Eyes of Charming. So that
they're
they
fake
are
lashes that you put on.
no, they're contacts. They're
Oh.
they're crystal contacts.
Mhm.
They have 3 charges. When
freaky.
wearing them, you can expend a charge to use cast Charm Person. They recharge daily.
They recharge daily. That would be pretty awesome.
Do you have
I
the
will
ability to
remind you that
cast
when you
that spell?
charm, when you charm, when the spell ends, they know that they were charmed.
Oh, okay. No, maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah, it's a little dicey.
Boots of Speed for $4,000.
Because that's not. Because what do I got? I got like 30. What'd you say?
3,300.
3,300.
Let's see here. Sending Stones. Walkie-talkies, basically. Let's see. Goggles of Night. Frostbrand. There's Bracers of Archery.
Did that help?
That's 2.
$2,000. What's it give?
Plus 2 damage on ranged attacks.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
plus two. Just plus two.
It's not plus 2 to hit,
Plus two to
but a
damage.
plus 2 to damage.
What were those called?
And that-
Bracers or
Bracers of Archery.
And that was how much?
2.
$2,000. I'll think about that one. I don't have to take it now, right?
Well, I was kind of hoping that we could, since we're kind of trying to wrap up.
I just can't. I can't decide. Can I leave it on bank with the Church of Mistra? Yes. Can I do that?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Because I kind of want to get on to the next thing too.
Well, I mean, we're wrapping up, man. It's 7. I gotta get stuff done and be ready for work tomorrow.
Oh, okay. We can do it off camera then. That's fine.
We could do it off camera, and I will say that there will be like one more session.
Yeah. Yep.
We didn't get to the
Yeah,
penultimate.
we need time for that to wrap up, don't we? Yep. Okay.
You could get a drift globe for 700.
No, I don't need a drift globe. Yeah, a globe of darkness. Can we get that?
Striding and springing is 6.
Yep.
600. That
That
is.
might be good. Boots of jumping or something. What's boots of in there? Jumping and striding or something like that.
I that's what I just said.
What was it? Okay, maybe I didn't.
Striding and springing.
Oh, okay. What's that cost?
600. He just said.
Oh, 600. Do that.
Yeah. I think it makes your movement a little faster, right?
Your walking speed becomes 30 unless it's higher, and your speed isn't reduced if you're encumbered or wearing heavy armor. You can jump 3 times the normal distance, although you can't jump further than your remaining movement would allow.
Okay. That'd be freaking awesome for Sese too. I said that'd be awesome for Sese too.
Gloves
What's
of
that?
Thievery.
What's that do?
Increase your pickpocket skill.
I don't really need that.
Get magic tattoos.
Ooh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
What does that do?
Depends on the
Well, it depends
tattoo.
on the
Yep. How many charges per day and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think that'd be cool because then I could do like the archery thing or something and have that. Yep. I will have to think on it.
Yeah, a spell rot tattoo gives you, let's see, contains a single first level spell embedded in your skin with a magic needle.
Nice.
The level of
Yeah.
the level in the spell of the tattoo determines the spell's saving throw.
Okay.
So
That would require some thought, really.
right.
All right. And we need to decide if we're going to go to the Temple of Ra or the Ra.
Well, there is no Temple of Ra in Waterdeep.
Okay. Well, wherever they're staying, or if we go to
Right. And
Where
what
we're
we're
gonna
going to
go.
do is we're going to pick that up right
Yep.
here
Right.
next time we play. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope you didn't get confused by the haggling display
Right.
put on by the party. I know I was.
Yeah, you were. You even got
I
caught
know.
up in that.
Make sure you mark down, Matt, that you've got 3,300
Okay.
worth of items TBD.
Okay. All right. We'll do that.
Because otherwise we're liable to miss it, and I don't want you to like come in and be
I'm
like,
gonna-
oh no, I had five grand and a bat cave.
And a bat cave. I had a deed to the bat cave. I know I did. Yeah. Okay, so-
Unfortunately, it is in another plane of existence.
Oh, man. Failed to mention that.
Well, you didn't ask.
Okay.
Buyer beware.
Buyer beware.
So Sese is ever more tanky.
Yep.
Emiko can heal better, and we'll see what Duin and Hugo
Under
bring to the
notes.
table.
Notes, enemies, other.
I think we're good. We are 20 minutes over, so
Oh, we are. I thought we were going till 10:30.
usually it's only 7
Okay.
because I gotta be at work tomorrow at 5 a.m. So
30, 300, GP value, 2B,
So we want to set our next date at the next session we have?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we
cut
don't
the
need to be
chase.
on stream for that.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
All right.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Take it
Yep.
easy, folks. All right. Stop.